countdown.
You
have
gotta
to tell it to you.
My boy, what's the word? What's the deal?
You know how it is.
Man, we are in here on another Wednesday. The Domino Effect Conversations with Mike and
Pratt.
Yes, sir. My boy, fuck you saying. We here on this wonderful Thursday.
You know what I'm saying?
What's the word? We got people here already. What's good? I see you, CJ, with the saluting on me.
Dude, what's up?
My boy Gnu, we in here.
What it do?
Hold on, I gotta.
You trying to get it too?
Yeah. They trying to circumcise my revelers.
No, don't let them do that. Pot of goby.
Pot of goby.
You know what I'm
She
saying?
searching for the pot of goby.
Man.
Oh, that's funny as cuz. Okay, there we go. All right, hold on. Unos momentos.
Por favor.
I hate that StreamYard make you do that. Like, I gotta go back on my personal Facebook and make the public. All right, bet.
Yes,
We in here. Nigga say G been waiting for show. But y'all know how we do at the beginning of the show. We gotta pay a couple bills. That's all we know is pay bills. You are watching the Domino Effect Conversations with Mike again.
Right.
Yes, sir. We come to you live every Wednesday, 8 p.m. on the Facebook, on the YouTube, and on the Twitter. Yes. I don't know why I always been saying Twitter like that for the absolute longest. Hold on. Okay, yeah. See, look. Okay, see you in the building out here early. What's good, fellas? Man, we here. What you talking about? What you saying? Now, my people for the 405 be repping hard. I swear. Shout out to my boy Monkey Man over there at the TMB, Talking Monkey Business with Monkey Man, with Jermaine Amerson. Make sure you be on the lookout every Thursday, man. My boy always got some interesting discussion going on. This week, we got the men's panel. Last week, they had an all-women's panel, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. This week, an all-men's panel.
It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be very interesting, bro. It's going to be very interesting. Let's see what we got to talk about tomorrow. My godmother's in here, Miss Yura. How you doing? How you doing? How's you going? What you know, no good guy? I don't know. My boy Hunter Hill. My boy Hunter Hill over there hustle for change. I'm sure my boy got something going on for Christmas. I just got to tap in on the page and check him out, share it out, let the people know what goes on when it goes on. Man. If he's in here, he'll give us a shot for sure, just like we give him a shot. Salute, my boy. Can't forget CJ over there, 24/7 bus service. You see the number right there on your screen. One way or round trip, front door service, safe and dependable service. Fees are due just like your respect every time on time. It's on Greater Greens Point and the 196045 area. So there ain't no excuse for you not to get them kids to school, man. Like, we got people out here actively on the job. Fuck you saying? I can't even give my boys GCP Trucking and Transportation. Hashtag Team No Rest. I can't mess up there.
No rest.
Hashtag Team No Rest. They are on Instagram at GCP_TNT. They are on YouTube at GCP_TNT. Shout out to my boys at the table, talented, blessed, lyrical, elite. Want to give a special shout out to my young nephew, Jordan. Sorry. Jordan. My boy Bert, my boy just turned the big 1 year old. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all flock to my boy Anthony Jet page and show my young nephew some love. Like you saying, table consists of my boy Cody Wayne, my boy Young Casper, my boy Sonnet the Poet, and can't forget my boy Scooby Gray. That nigga say I just made another banger and fuck them kids. They can walk. Nah, bro, we ain't doing that on this page. Like you say. He gonna get us canceled
with the kids, man.
Can't forget my boys over there, Limitless Exposure Media. No, one of the founders of Limitless Exposure Media is the guy who comment I got on the screen right there, Cotrell Covert, and his brother Cotrez Covert. Make sure we send my people some love, you know what I'm saying? Videography, photography, any type of seasonal pictures, graduation pictures, family pictures, solo pictures. If that's what you like, man, my people got it all on lock over there, man. Make sure y'all get them folk Make sure y'all get them folks some business, man. Tell them that your boys over here at the Domino Effect has sent you for sure. Like you saying. And we got my boy Jay Harris over there at Jay Harris Crowns. My boy do web designs. My boy do logos, all type of things. You know what I'm saying? That's my neurologically sound brother. For sure, brother. We in here. I see my boy Nathan in here, all the smoke. And my boy Pratt had this. Well, y'all talk to me out there, man. What y'all got going on this week? What we got going on this week, man? Boy, you is crazy for that one. Sure, of course. Love always gets shown on this podcast. I show love to those that show love to me, man. That's how we do it. My boy Control, yeah, man. LXM. For sure. Hey, I'm gonna try to be in 405 in January, man. We're gonna have to link and get one of these videos together for sure. My boy Big Nate say hashtag ATS, hashtag all the smoke. Hey, fellas and ladies, can we please get likes, shares, and subscribe? Hey, make sure y'all drop y'all links so my people can follow for sure. Let's like, share, and subscribe, y'all. Showing love to this channel. It opens up doors for other channels also, just like other channels open up doors for this channel. So try to support us, try to support the other people we got going on, and I promise you we're gonna make it happen. My boy said basketball games with the youngest, we going up for sure. Hey, I see y'all have your own AAU team going on for sure. Hey, I'm loving that, bro. I'm loving that big time. And big shout out to y'all sister Corinthia for sure. I know she got there doing her thing with basketball too. Getting stuff ready for all the smoke. I know it. What y'all got going this weekend? What we got going this weekend, bro? I know we got reaction Saturday. We got that going on. We're gonna kick that off. We're gonna kick that off starting this weekend. Make sure y'all look out for that. What else we got going on? Oh man, you know, football on. Got to watch the ball. Fuck you saying. And I got mother hello guys, son. You know, we just out here doing it. Trying to do it in any way that we can. I'm just waiting on Pratt to get back in here.
Man, I don't know what happened. It needed to restart. It wouldn't let me do cuts. So
Technigatry, man. Technigatry. We got my boy, the Ghost. Hey, yo. There you go. Yo, my boys. You saying that's it.
Man.
That's it. Shout out T, man. T up in here too, man. I ain't seen T ain't been in here in a couple weeks. He kind of missing in action. But we got some stuff for y'all tonight, man. We just waiting on a little bit more. Give me about T-2 minutes. Matter of fact, while I wait on my boy, I'm going to play a little something that we can, you know what I'm saying?
Talking all that hot shit. You can watch the clip go -55, see? Now your frost be. Fuck out of here. And I'm Casper, a killer, and they learning this, son. And niggas don't believe in ghosts till they turn into one. Time.
Sonic, the motherfucking poet. If poetry was a gun, then my pen is fully loaded. Time. I'm here to let you know. If it's stuffing in your skull, I put it on my soul. Gray matter, bitch. Fuck out of here. Table shit. Network shit.
We back. My boy said, hold on, let me go back to it right quick. My boy say, work, brother, oil field does not sleep. I know it. All right, so we're going to do something just a tad bit different this week. We're going to touch a little bit of something, and we're going to play 2 videos, and we're going to react heavy off those videos. Because I think both of them are interesting, and it's 2 different dynamics. So I got one. Let's start right here. Hold up there. Hold on. I got something for these people. For the people.
I ain't gonna lie, man. When we get to the point where we can have assistants and have people working in the background, it's gonna be
a little bit smoother. But just bear with us. Just a little bit.
Not a whole lot.
Just a little bit. Hold off. Hold up. Hold up, dude. No, cuz. All right. So lately, I've been very heavy. I didn't know CJ and Ben knew each other. Hey, small world, bro. Small world. Hell no. All right, now lately I've been seeing a lot of like, I don't want to use the word cryptic, but it's
Passive aggressive,
polarizing statuses, to say the least. And I don't comment on the status per se.
Hell no.
For sure. Like, I don't comment on the status per se, but I definitely, I do some comment on some, but I don't comment on all.
Yeah.
But I definitely screenshot the cuz. So I could bring it right here to the people so they can see this type of foolishness that's going on. Like, I had this one where, hold on, y'all about to see this, cuz. Hold on. Y'all about to see it. Like, when I tell you, like, this status right here is one of the ones that could be very, very, very destructive to the female psyche and to the Black community as a whole. And this is what I mean when I be like, man, our women gotta call out this type of reckless behavior, because what it does, it set us back, and all the work that we're sitting there doing, it offsets it, right? And men, we call out other men's bad behavior.
Yeah.
If a man don't take care of his kids, we call that out.
Stand again.
If a man has quote unquote women tendencies, bitch made tendencies, we call that out.
Straight up.
If oh wait, damn, my boy dropped out again.
Man.
You worse than people go to school, like you said. Like if a man is a pedophile, we call that out.
Yeah.
If just like I just gave you 3 different examples of how we call men out for their bad behavior, like on an almost universal scale. Mm-hmm. So I'm just waiting on when will our women put their foot in the dirt and say, hey, this type of behavior that's going on to the right of me, we don't want that. Yeah. We ain't for that. We want this. All the positive outcomes that our women say that they want, all the family-oriented things that they say that they want, et cetera, et cetera. So give me unos momentos. I feel like y'all gave me so many minutes. So give me one more.
Yeah, we cannot act counterproductive to the actual goal. If this is the goal, you don't want to do stuff that's going to be counterproductive and block you from getting to the goal. That's defeats the purpose.
I gotta read this, cuz just because you have a baby with someone doesn't mean you have to make a family with that particular person. You can build a family with another man that's making you happy. Never settle.
You know me and that word, right?
Yeah. Now, I'm gonna read this again.
Though the first statement is true, it is counterproductive.
Just because you have a baby with someone doesn't mean you have to make a family with that particular person. You can build a family with another man that's making you happy. Never settle. Okay. See, and the problem I have with that, can you tell the people what the definition of settle is?
To settle is to work it out where both sides have agreed on something. Mm-hmm. To settle, you have a contract, negotiate, then you settle on the agreement. Mm-hmm. The contract becomes the settlement. It's settled. Mm-hmm.
It's an agreement on both parties.
And you settled on, okay, I can accept this because there's pros and cons to everything. Mm-hmm. Everybody ain't gonna get that. What they're trying to say is, I don't want to get the short end of the stick. That depends on how you write the contract. If you write in the contract, I give up everything, I get nothing, then that's what's in the contract. But to settle means to agree on the terms. I think the reason why a lot of relationships don't work out is because women keep thinking, I'll never settle, which means you'll never agree to what's going on. Okay. And if you never agree, it's going to be conflict.
Okay. See,
these words have power in your subconscious minds.
And check me out. Check me out. Definitely. Now, you just broke down the definition that was in the dictionary, the Urban Dictionary, of what settle is. Matter of fact, just to cross-reference, just to make sure the man is right.
to settle.
Hold on. We gonna let the people see it in real time.
All right.
We want them to see it in real time. Hold up.
To settle.
You want google.com. Settle. Resolve or reach an agreement about an argument or a problem. Every effort was made to settle the dispute. To pay. His bill was settled by charge card. So that's right on point with what you just said. Now, y'all just seen it in real time.
So not settling means you refuse to agree. And that's what we're seeing. That's what guys are complaining about.
Come on.
You refuse to agree, so we just do something else.
Now, what I do, what I tell you, what is it that I tell you that
Absolutely.
I do? What is it that I tell you that I do? I say, if you don't want to accept my logic,
let's use yours.
Fine, let's use yours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That word settle. All right. Let's go back to the question that I've been asking. Let's go back to the question I've been asking for the last 3 weeks. In the confines of a relationship, whether a child is involved or a child is not involved, but in this particular situation, let's say the child is involved. Name one benefit that solely benefits the man. Zero. Name one.
Everything he does, everybody.
So everything he does, what?
Everything he does, everything beneath that hierarchy benefits from it.
And he has to share the benefits. That's why I always say what? I say, I'm expected to carry the bulk load of this. I have to share 50% of the benefits. But if you decide that you don't want to do this, like the status just said, I'm quote unquote not making you happy. You get benefits on the way out the door. Yeah. I have 100% of the responsibility of you leaving. Mm-hmm. So again, I ask you, name a benefit that solely benefits me.
There isn't one.
There isn't one. So by your own definition, does that mean every man that's been in a relationship that involves a child, every man that's been in a marriage, does that mean he's settled by your own definition of what settle is?
Yep.
So basically it's A-okay.
And we lose.
So basically it's A-okay if I'm the one settling, if everything is at my disadvantage. But the second something become a disadvantage for you, all of a sudden you the one that settled.
Life ain't fair.
Life ain't fair. I'm gonna tell you something. Somebody said, and this sounds very good. They say a fair is the place where pigs is judged at.
What's that again?
They say a fair is the place where pigs is judged at. Ooh-wee. What's up, Pokey, man? Hey, rest in peace, E, man. Pokey, E, brother Pokey in here. One time for the hood. Fuck you, Sam. But is there a disconnect there? Am I disconnecting there?
You know that if you follow that logic, that means every guy has settled. You haven't been settling; he's been settling because he's gonna get the short end of the stick, no matter what.
And that's why I say, like, bro, in today's world, you want it to where you can see the advantage. You have to be able to see the advantage because men is the only people that sit in almost universally, not in every case, but almost universally sit in situations that truly don't benefit them.
Mm-hmm. That is the sacrifice of family. That's why I keep saying it's family oriented. It ain't working on you and all the other stuff. Yes, you're going to have to do that, but that is something every adult should be doing. It is not just relationship related. Every adult should be working on themselves.
Phrasal verb. If you settle for something, you choose to accept it, especially when it is not what you really want, but there is nothing else available. What does it mean to settle for something? Well, in today's slang definition or in modern times definition, it's to get less than what it is you want. Yeah. But in the actual definition, the settle is to agree. Mm-hmm. Like it's written right there in black and white. Like
that is the definition.
That is the clear-cut definition.
We use stuff colloquially for different reasons. Yes, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. We don't realize that these terms program the mind. When we say race instead of ethnicity, race implies conflict or competition. I'm sorry. These terms automatically in your subconscious make you want to compete. When in most cases we shouldn't be competing, we should be working together.
For sure. And the thing is, I think the thing is that we miss it is in order to fix the problem, you got to understand where the problem lies in mass. Because if you fix the mass, and you fix the majority, you sway the numbers. You change the numbers almost by proxy. Like, example, since you brought up race, we make up 13% of the population, right?
Mm.
We are the minority, right? So by the numbers, 87% of the country is what?
Something else.
It's something other than black.
Mhm.
So if you were to cater to 87% of the country, you effectively cater to the majority.
Absolutely.
But if we change the majority way you're thinking, and then
we have a new majority.
We have a new majority, and everything will change. Mike, what's up? Holla at me. Oh shit. So I got 2 videos I want to play. I'm gonna let them play majority through as much as I can, and I'll stop it every now and again to put our little commentary on it. But let's see, man. Let's see. Also, my people, please like, share, and subscribe. We got enough people in here. I should see enough shares.
Hey, let's do this. Turn on your notifications, because I see some people got their notifications on. They in here before we.
They in here before we in here. Hey, and I like that. And I like that.
That's yeah.
How do we do that? You can go on YouTube right now. Look us up at TDECWMAP. Basically, it's the abbreviation of the Domino Effect, Conversations with Mike and Pratt at gmail.com. And you can turn on your notifications there, and it'll let you know every time. We're here majority of Wednesdays, 8 p.m. live, Facebook, YouTube, and the Twitter.
We're gonna try to throw some random ones in there. We're working on some content so we can
on me. All right. Wait, hold on.
Do the other one first.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing the other one first. Definitely doing the other one first. I'm letting y'all all into my cuss, huh? That's what I'm saying. We don't hide things over here on the Domino Effect. Conversations with Mike and yes, sir. Pratt it up. Might have me Pratt it up.
That was a funny little quote.
Funny as cuz. All right, hold up. Yeah, I said bookmark that cuz.
I made over $10 million on Amazon. If I lost it all and had to rebuild in today's AI age, here's exactly what I would do. First, I would use AI to find a popular product on Alibaba.
Animal
that camouflages in.
No living being should ever eat processed food for every single meal of their life. Good, real food is simple.
Hello.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
I am well. How old are you?
31.
31. All right. So we're talking about, was talking about age gap dating or intercultural dating, but that went off the rails.
No, actually, that's what I was gonna stay on topic.
Okay, go ahead. Which one?
Mostly interracial.
Why is it a problem?
I don't know if it's necessary. I think on the surface, it's a problem until fetish.
Say again, you broke up?
I don't think it's a problem until it becomes a fetish, right?
Okay, no disrespect, but how do you know when it becomes a fetish?
1 second before I go there, because I actually need to address that, because I should have played the other video first, because that kind of touches on that before this.
Oh, okay.
All right. The thing is, I've seen this also. Women will chronically criticize men for being older and wanting to date younger. And they'll demonize this and say this is pedophilia. Y'all want younger women that don't apply real women pressure. Y'all avoid older women because you're intimidated, like all this other riffraff. Like, my question is, I'm gonna pick up the drink when I say this. Where was that when you was 18, 19, 20, 21, talking to 30-year-old, 35-year-old, 36-year-old? Where was that? Mm-hmm. And I've come to see this, bro. When you are no longer the men's number one draft pick, say you ain't a second round draft pick, third round draft pick. When we start talking 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, late round, undrafted free agent, that's when the crying comes in at.
It ain't fair.
But you had your. I mean, I'm look.
Yeah,
Again. Let me put this out there. Just because you're getting older, I'm not saying that dating for you is just 0%. It's just not gonna happen. It's just it become. It's like a window, and it's become less and less and less and less and less likely. What do you say? What name something that gains value with time and use?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
What?
You have to. You can build things. What is called forcing value, but nothing naturally does. The state of the entropy of things is to break down over time and use.
Come on now. So, and if we, us, the men, if we don't hit our high valued stride until mid to late 40s, that means what? As he gets older, what's supposed to happen?
You're supposed to have more options. Because you're, like I said, guys are building value against the natural state of things. As things break down over time, they break down over use. As a guy gets older, he gets more time at the company, or he gets more knowledge and begins to build and stuff like that. He is building value against the natural movement of things. So, yeah, this dude here, wow.
I wonder if he's doing the G hand when he do that.
I don't know, man. But you know, as you and so the thing became, well, if guys can do it, we can do it. But the thing is, the reason why guys have to do it is for the women.
Yeah.
For the chance of
expanding
procreation.
Yeah.
You know,
expanding your chances of natural procreation.
Yeah.
Or
because guys, I mean, if you can be 80-some years old and make a child, then
Al Pacino.
What is a 25-year-old? She's less mature. But if I got an estate, I die in the next 10 years, she's 30 years old and she's set for life.
But that's the thing, though. That's when your leadership comes in. That's when your ability to teach, to lead comes in, because she will be more likelier to be receptive to it. Because I don't mean this with disrespect, but let's be honest. If you've been working on the job somewhere for 20 years, doing the same thing, 20 years,
that's rough.
Well, are you going to just change that?
No.
If you have 20 years of a habit, let's say, I don't want to, what's a good, what's a not bad habit, but it ain't necessarily a good habit. Let's say you got 20 years of
coming home, sitting in front of TV, having a meal, and
let's say
that. Let's go to bed.
Let's run with that. And 20 years in, you're gonna change the way you systematically do that?
Not unless you're forced to.
Not unless you're forced
to. Cases.
And it's gonna be, and then whenever you get someone in your life to change the way you systematically come home, sit in front of the TV, eat your meal, etc., there's gonna be natural pushback against that. Think of it like somebody that got a gambling addiction. Think of it as somebody that got a drinking addiction. Like 20 years of it.
Yeah.
You think he's just gonna drop it just like that?
No.
Why does a man have more options as he matures? Because his value expands.
Exactly.
Because look at majority of the top earners in America. How old are they? Mid-40s. That's why I say, like, it's very rare you find somebody that's 30 years old making 6 figures. Hell, it's very rare you find somebody that's 30 years old making 70 figures. Shout out to my boy Bradley, man. That's my boy. Hey, big shout outs to you, my boy. I'm dropping his name, Jag. Man, them people got invited to the Pro Bowl in Florida.
Nice.
Man, that's lit. I ain't gonna lie, that's very lit for sure. But that's just how it is. That's just the way life is. Like, look at all the millionaires. They're in their mid-40s. We're not talking about ball players, athletes, entertainers. We talking about everyday people, everyday 9 to 5 people.
It's the value. Men's resources are what women tend to look for. A stable man that has resources. Most women do not want to go out and sling a jackhammer or take these jobs that are high risk, that have high payout.
For the exact same way you say, why would he want to stay at $20,000?
Right. He builds value, so he has more options.
So he has more options.
Women have, if you're a 8, 9, or 10, even some 7s that can put on the filter and go to 9s. Yeah, he showed me filters today. I didn't know y'all was getting away with that kind of murder. That's murder. Bro, you can turn a 5 into a 9 with these filters they got out there.
That's crazy.
That's out of line. And
you ever heard of the term 50-yard faker?
Yeah, 50-yard faker. That's Chavez right there.
I wish I could come up. What you mean come up on the panel? I mean, I'm not opposed to that.
It's the way most women look for the value in a man. Men look for the femininity in a woman,
right?
Which sometimes is her shape and her attitude for sure, her behavior, her willingness to comply, meaning submission. Submission is not a bad thing. That's you setting aside your control versus somebody taking control of you. It's not a bad thing at all,
right?
Especially if you look at it from a biblical principle. So these things are what guys look for. So if a guy brings up value and now has more options for women, then he's gonna tend to pick the best that he sees.
Right. And I even brought that example up one day. I was like, bro, why would I want to
get the same
position
outcome,
myself to where I can only have one woman that meets the standard when I could position myself to where I could have 7 women that meets the standard, and now I have a better chance of success with 7 than I do with 1.
Absolutely. Playing the odds.
Yeah, because like there's no way 7 options fail.
Yeah,
there's no fucking way.
Yeah, but if you got 1,
all the videos I saw younger women with daddy issues, that's not all women. But
there's 40-year-old. It started with the older ones that were complaining.
And I got one. I got a couple.
Now them's the mean ones. You think these are bad?
That was 35 plus. The only reason I showed that one first because it's relative to what we was talking about. So I'm not opposed to that. What you want to do?
I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it. You fine with it? Unos momentos. I got you as soon as this video is over. Ooh. Hold
on. Well, I think I will start off by saying, and this is not to take away from the accountability of Black women, because I do hear a lot of the stuff you say, and I watch a lot of your content. I do feel like the plight of Black women in America is very specific. And when you ignore that and compare Black women to other races of women who haven't had a similar journey.
Similar choices?
Similar choices, but I'm not saying that there isn't accountability that should be a part of that. I like sometimes it's not fair to just compare Black women to white women who were...
No, we compare Black women to older Black women.
I'm sorry?
I compare Black women to Black women of old.
Did you hear that? He compared today's generation with yesteryear's generation. Yep. He compares today, when there's less family, to where there was older, when there was more family. So, just say it, man.
Okay.
And you fail.
Okay.
See, I completely undercut the whole chattel slavery and everything else out. Completely cut. All you gotta do is compare to your grandmothers and great grandmothers. Okay. Who had it worse? Now go ahead and tell me about the plight.
I mean, yeah, I do feel like I love my grandmother and I learned a lot from her, about in regards to, just life. There were times when I was younger where I would get in arguments with her about,
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
It's not fair to compare Black women against other women. What is it fair to compare what judgment is fair regarding Black women?
That is a good question. I think, when I think of it, because there's so much, when you talk about these things.
Let's keep it down. Don't give me the War and Peace version.
I'm not trying to give you the War and Peace. I'm just saying, I think it's a bigger conversation.
Do Black men get compared to other groups of men? When you talk about, do we?
And I do hear Black men.
Okay, but the problem is, do we bitch about it?
No, because I don't think it's in the nature of men.
That doesn't matter, because it's.
Did you hear the question he just asked? Like, do men complain when y'all compare? Do Black men complain when y'all compare us to other men? Nope. We just adapt, because as a man, what do you got to be? Logical. You got to be sound. You got to be just.
And you got to be successful.
And you got to be successful
to some degree, because you ain't moving if you don't.
See, No, he's not allowing her
It's
to
his
deflect.
conversation. Why would he not?
He's not allowing her to deflect from the point and insert a bunch of things that's irrelevant. That's why I say, bro, like there's a lot of people they be like, well, you wrong about what you're saying. Okay, great. Show me where I'm wrong at. You can't just say I'm wrong without showing me where I'm wrong. I'm gonna back mine up with the numbers.
And you can't debate feelings.
How
you feel is how you feel. That feeling came upon you. You stubbed your toe. You might get angry and want to tell them something. That feeling came upon you. You can't debate whether or not you feel angry. I feel angry.
And it's like, bro, you gotta put a different perspective on this. Like it happens so often to where I don't even know if y'all know y'all doing it subconsciously. Like whenever somebody asks you a direct question, you'll start inserting a bunch of shit that has zero to do with the question.
Especially if it's a yes or no question.
And then it's like, bro, we'll dance all the way around
to get
just for you to agree.
Yeah.
Well, you could have just said,
okay,
yeah,
but still. No, ain't okay, but still. Do you yes or no?
Or no. And if it's no, tell me why it's no.
Yeah.
Simple.
If yes, yeah.
Then yeah. If not, yeah, then no.
Do Asian men complain about being compared to white men, or did China decide to overtake them? The only group that complains about being compared to people is who?
Simple question.
Black people.
Black people. Black men don't complain.
I do feel like I've heard black people.
We just established that they don't.
Case in point. He literally just highlighted how black men do not complain about being compared to other races when the answer to the question was black women.
Yeah.
And she will not answer that question because you know the answer to the question and you know the backlash that comes with it. Goes back to what I was saying earlier. When our women do reckless, non-prosperital behavior, they will not call it out in mass. They will do everything to deflect from that. They'll do everything to try to rewrite that. What's up, brother? Ray up in here. What's up with you? Hope them kids get better. Fuck you saying? My boy Cruz up in here. Was good. My boy Jaleel say, brother. And she say, how many black men actually go study other men and what goes on in cultures truly? We see it all the way around us. A lot of us do that. Yeah. We see it all the way around.
Especially since 2020.
You know, because guess what? These men are our competition.
Straight up.
With the value we want, the women we want, they are our competition. Because guess what? White families set their sons up for generational wealth, generational success. Indian men, Indian families set their sons up for generational wealth. When you go to a corner store, who runs it?
Yeah,
it's an Indian family.
And it used to be all black. It used to be, but it's not no more. Why?
It used to, bro, Bernadette used to be, if you from Acres Home, man, you know, and you right there by Wesley, you know about Bernadette. Matter of fact, it was so black, we still call it Bernadette's to this day. Bro, it ain't been Bernadette since I was about 6 years old, bro. But the point is, ever since then, every other race that wasn't white, it wasn't a white man. It was a Chinese man, Lee. My boy Lee. We fuck with Lee. Fuck you saying. Lee, it was Lee and his people. It was the Asian, it was another group of Asians and their people. It was Danny and his people. And now it's some Middle Eastern culture and their people.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Even the corner store, even the corner store where Mike used to be at over there on Shepherd and Rittenhouse. It was Mike, his wife, Now it's Middle Eastern people, their husband, son, father. That's it.
Yeah, it'd be whole families that participate in the business.
Say point taken there. How many of our black men are actually doing it and it's visible? See, a lot of us. Yeah. It's just our women choose not to recognize it because it does not align with what their vision of what family, relationships, etc. is supposed to be.
And that's what I said before. It's crazy how the black man got villainized so bad, and then women for other races were like, okay, these are dangerous people. And then they started getting to know black men, and they were like, not what they describe. Yeah. This is not anything like what these sisters were describing. Then they start getting more into the black man, and they're like, oh, that's your white man's prize. And it's like, no, you're fighting against me. She want to make a family. I'm going with this.
And I always said, the black men, before they went to the away team, they always tried to play for the home team. We tried out as an undrafted free agent.
Since 2020 to right now, we get ready to go on to 2024. Guys have been doing podcasts like this, and it's been growing more and more and more. If we didn't care about black women, would we take the time to do it?
No, and
it's costing us money.
What did I say?
What did
I say? I said, bro, we're not getting paid for this show.
We're spending money.
We're spending money. Matter of fact, we got to pay this shit out next week, Wednesday.
Word is bond.
Drafted from the end down.
And then the power was given.
Power was given, all line. Like, bro, if we didn't care, I would, like, my thing is, why would I pay to promote a lie?
It ain't like it's popular. We ain't made millions of dollars.
And out of all the men that's in this chat, why don't none of the men disagree?
Yeah, put it out there if you don't.
If
conversations.
If I'm wrong, disagree, man. And that's why I always ask. If we talking bullshit, drop that shit emoji. If we drop him in that hot fire, you drop that fire emoji. Fuck you saying?
Yeah, I ain't gonna never get better if you just keep telling me my dumb stuff is
come on. Cause the thing is, and I don't think our women is accepting of this. We are the key holders of relationships and commitments. You are the key holder to sex and childbirth. I didn't write the rules. If I had it my way,
the natural phenomenon.
If I had it my way, it would actually be flipped. I would control sex and childbirth and let you control a relationship and commitment.
Yeah, it would be easier.
It would be way easier. Because now, guess what?
I'm available. Let's get it.
I'll do it. Guess what?
Go on with it.
Come on,
done deal. Who's up?
Men say that it's not like to be compared
in the context of what? When black women are trying to judge black men on their production? We don't complain against one another. The only time we even have to deal with this is because you bring it to us.
Man.
True. And I think I come in peace.
Oh, wow. We can be in peace, but we can be in peace. But when you say it's not fair to compare black women because of their journey, I call bullshit. Because I got news for you. We all have to compare black women to black women of old. Prior to 1965, this didn't just start in the 60s. Black women have been moving away from black men since the 1920s.
Stop.
Since the greatest, since the FDR.
You had something with that.
Let me ask y'all something real quick. Go on Google and look up 1914, 1918. It's World War I, and see if women were in working in factories, in the workplace, things like that. It's a comment in there. When you see it, yeah. Okay, 1914, 1918, U.S. joined the World War I believe, in 1917. In 1917, a lot of women began to drive ambulances. They began to do factory work, making engines, machine work, all this type of stuff, right? Very independent type of mindset, right? To be able to go in there and compete. And I mean, when I say compete, I mean they're doing the stuff that men were doing, right? World War II, same thing, right? There are women that are famous for their output during World War II. What was her name? Rachel Riveter or something like that. She was cold with the rivet gun.
Where W.E.B. Du Bois come out? Wait, that was a man. I'm tripping.
Yeah, W.E.B. Du Bois was a man.
Tripping.
Great writer. This is how I know that we're getting dumber as we get older, because W.E.B. Du Bois, if you go back and read how he talked then, we got a major deficit nowadays, and we got more technology and more information. But anyway,
keep on.
So World War II, World War I,
1942 was World War II, correct?
It's thereabouts, I believe.
Yeah, because my grandmother got married right. My grandfather got married right before he deployed, which was July 3rd, 1942.
Okay.
Ironically, my daughter's birthday is July 3rd, so you know.
Okay, see, you remember them dates
for sure.
But yeah, so women had this type of independence, this type of strength, this type of tenacity, this type of fortitude. Why do we always hear the comment that women 50 years ago, when we were married at 85% rate, were married to get cheated? Right.
What the fuck? Yeah, somebody had to do the men job while the men was away.
So if they got that type of strength, where we get this notion that they were, because I'm looking back 2 generations. My grandparents, I watched their 50th anniversary. I was present when that happened before they passed.
They're like, my grandparents made 60. Like, listen, bro, they got married before he deployed.
Right. And stayed married after he was gone all that time.
Raised 7 kids.
My grandmother, I think, had 13.
6 boys, 1 girl.
Yeah. So where's this notion coming from? That everybody was beaten, drugged through the house.
Because it was shown on movies. It was shown on The Color Purple. It was shown on How Stella Got a Groove Back. It was shown on What a Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Well, not thin line between love and hate, but what's love got to do with it? So they feel as though, well, this must speak, or this must be a representation of the way things were back then. No, so it was shown, it was sold to you as a form of entertainment. Matter of fact, Tina Turner herself even admitted that, hey, that whole scene with Ike in the studio, that did not happen.
So when are we going to stop the nonsense and go to the history and look at what really happened?
You got to actually talk to the people that was around during that time. And not just 10 of them.
Yeah. Well, there are whole books that there are people who took the time to research and to interview and put the stuff in a book. And there are documentaries online that you can watch. Yeah, that's rough stuff.
Yeah, but if it don't fit a certain narrative, they're going to push it to the side.
Okay. So then you see why we have all these podcasts and all these conversations.
My thing is, I don't have a narrative. I'm just for whatever the truth is. And the truth lies where the numbers are.
Yeah.
So what other form of recorded history do you have that could speak for the masses? But let me catch up on some of these comments for sure. So I think it's more about supporting at this point. No. See, that's the thing. I told my people, I got people that I cross-reference with. And one of them is on this one of them is on the panel right now, and the other is in the comments. Sure. I make sure to talk about this before we come online. So that way, if I sound ignorant, if I'm miscorrect, if I'm misquoting what they do, they say, nigga, this ain't right because according to such and such, what about this? Matter of fact, I even said that, bro, Jermaine corrected me in real time online. When he said, bro, when I said the average age of a woman getting married is 22 to 24, he said, nah, actually in 2020, since 2022, the average age is 28 to 29.
Yeah, it went up. Yeah,
see?
To over.
And did I fight him?
No.
I just said,
the numbers are the numbers.
I said, bro, you right.
Yeah.
I can't do nothing about that. Yeah. So I don't think my people is more interested in just supporting than telling the actual factuals.
Not blindly, yeah.
Because my people would tell me when they don't agree without me having to ask. Exactly.
That's how it should be. I call it the board of directors.
Men do and say, or as men say and do shit to impress men. No,
I don't agree.
We don't do that.
Women do that.
We don't do that because our women label that as gay.
Well, one, we don't do that because impressing you doesn't get me. What benefit does it get me to impress you? The benefit is if I impress her.
And that's the thing, like, bro, the closest a man.
Like we'll do something and be like, yo, like, okay, I'll give you a prime example. I call up I don't know what he will go by, but I say Trav. I call up Trav, I'm like, yo,
TD.
Yeah, TD. I was like, hey, I just went up to 790. Yeah, like I'm at 801. All right. The next day my credit score went up. Yo, I just hit 802, 803 on this one. He's like, all right, you got me. 2 days later, he called me. Yeah, I'm at 80, whatever the cost. This is the kind that ain't me doing that to impress him. We in business together and we challenge each other. This is our challenge. This is that. Hey, it's good competition. That strong competition makes strong outcomes.
And the action is what the action is. Now, how you interpret the action, now that's gonna vary.
Yeah, it depends on the person's mindset.
Now, and that's the thing. The closest a man is gonna get to quote unquote impressing another man is you from Acres Home, right?
Okay.
I'm from Acres Home, from Granville, 700, right? And if a man from my block, we'll use Eric for an example. You're from Granville, we all know who Joe Frazier is, we all know who Eric is. Yeah. Now, if Eric come up tomorrow and he become worth 50 million, and he come down and he ends up copping
he gonna get a slab or something, something like that.
If he ends up copping a fucking
Camaro, a Lamborghini,
a Camaro, the top of the line Camaro, you don't think he gonna come down Granville?
Yeah.
Well, and it's just to show that it's just to show that a regular nigga can't pull this type of shit off.
Yeah, it's a value.
That's the closest. That's the remotely the closest we're going to get.
And I will say
other
that
dudes.
it's under the impression of somebody else.
Yeah. So I slightly agree with that, but in context,
yeah,
it's mostly to impress the hoes.
Absolutely.
It's mostly for the women.
Because if he got a 2-seater, it ain't gonna be.
It ain't no dude. Like, he ain't calling like, hey Bill, man, I just knocked off this ZOA, man. Come on, man, let's take a spin around to Lincoln City. No,
drop the top one out to Galveston with me. No, sir.
That ain't happening. She's like, unless you say you asked in a comment and they still haven't though, unless I can't see it. That must mean what?
No argument.
Because if a man disagree, oh, immediately saying, nah, nigga, I don't rock with that.
Oh yeah, what's his name did it to me on here? He was like, nah, bro, I believe it's this way. And then we discussed
it. What did nigga say it's me some of that drink, bro? No.
I don't know.
Yo ass gonna be on the couch, like you saying. I came in late and I'm confused about the topic. Can someone catch me up?
We just talking. It's conversations.
I ain't gonna lie. That's the dangers of coming in late. Like you saying, you be behind. But now we just basically talking. What are we talking about?
We're just discussing what we saw in the video. It literally didn't stem from any particular topic. But that's the whole point of this. It's conversations. These are the conversations that we just randomly have. And we talk about stuff, and then I'll send him a video, or he'll send me a video, and then we'll.
When nigga say mama got a life too. Oh, damn. Hey, but basically, bro, they want the entire synopsis of this show, any show that we basically base our shit on. Like, if it was any wrong in that, matter of fact, let's give him a little inside baseball.
Okay.
Jaleel Harris, right now, the man that says comment on what? That's one of the men I'm talking about. Yep. That I cross-reference with off air.
Was he the one with all three of us on?
Yes. Matter of fact, look, great point. Yeah. I had both of them on three-way, and I said, hey, bro, this is what I'm thinking this week. Hey, this is what brought me to this point. This is my commentary on this point.
What's your perspective?
What is your perspective? And I'm like, matter of fact, I gave that example to Jaleel. I'm like, bro, when niggas make some of themselves, they from the hood, naturally they're gonna go back where they came from. Just to show niggas like, hey, this is what successful look like. Mm-hmm. If you want, you ain't gotta be in the streets. Yeah. You can be just like me.
But it's up to you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I said, bro, you notice that niggas do that. And if they get a ZOA, they're going to the club. Mm-hmm. They're going to the hood, they're going to the club, they're going to the place that black people frequent. Mm-hmm. Why they don't take that same ZOA to the country club? Where the white people at?
Because they got higher money at the country.
Because they son probably got that same car, bro. Yeah. You ain't fucking with their son.
Yeah.
You ain't even fucking with their son. Hell, you ain't even fucking with their grandson. What you saying?
Help got nasty.
Yeah. Like, come on, bro. But that's the whole point. And y'all look at it as us impressing and trying to impress other men. No.
Mm-hmm. Well, like hair, shoes, nails, stuff like that's what women do to impress other women. I've never really heard a guy say, if you don't have your nails like this, there's no chance.
Well, Boosh I just say I like to see French tips. You know what?
I like to see don't mean if she don't have it.
Nah, you let me finish the lyric.
Oh, okay. Well,
right,
you gonna have to write down.
Even Boosh I say I like to see French tips when you gagging. Hey, that's tough.
Preference. Everybody got their preference.
Oh man, hey, I'm wild out here. Conversation with Mike and Pratt, man. Fuck you saying.
May I ask you a question though?
Please.
I do feel like there's so much has changed in the world that is beyond my control. Like my grandmother didn't have to have this device where she could communicate and have access to so many different people. And I do think that changes the way in which we have relationships, right? And the world has evolved so much since my grandmother's time.
Can you make it simpler? Can you make it shorter, please?
And yes, she's right. The world has evolved. But let me ask you this. Did it evolve for the better or did it evolve for the worse? And before y'all answer that, shout out my boy Andre, man. Brock Pert, dog. You got to talk about Brock Pert, dog, every week, man. Brock Purdy, if you heard me. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. Like you said, Brock Purdy is my guy. But not for real. Like, did it evolve for the betterment or did it evolve for the worse? Don't whenever we present these points, say, well, that's women of this generation.
Huh? You would imagine advancement, right?
Yeah.
Well, then
Come on.
It's stated. I believe, and I have to go back and check it. I always heard it growing up. The Bible said we're gonna get wiser and weaker. My mom used to say that all the time. We get wiser and weaker. And if you look at it, there's technology. We got AI that can help you answer questions and all that. And this is the type of mind. Do you realize we are the only culture that has these discussions?
Because didn't you say when we first started this, you had a coworker that was of another ethnicity that sat there and said, "Bro, y'all really go through that?"
She said, I let her see Kevin.
What was her ethnicity?
Caucasian. White.
Caucasian.
She said, I didn't even know this existed in this known universe, let alone this was happening to people that sit right in the same office with me. She said, this is some of the most ridiculous. Every woman that I've ever talked to about Kevin Samuels immediately was like, he is a bleepity blankety blank. All right. No doubt. Walking, talking erection. Yes, he is.
Walking, talking erection. I'm crying.
He horrible with it. He don't present it nicely, but that's not the point. The point is efficacy. Is it going to have an effect? And is it going to be the right effect? When she listened to 2 or 3 or 4 of the shows, she was like, the man has a point, but let me ask you this. Do women in your culture really talk like this? Do they really think like this? And I was like, yes.
Yes.
You watched 2 or 3 episodes that had 5 or 6 women on it that talk like this. Out of all of it, there was maybe one that he was like, okay, you're older, you're married, you've been married, you stayed together. Tell the women how you did that. And most of them said, oh, I listen to what he says. I hear what he says. I can't always want it my way. Like there was compromise in her speaking.
Bro.
None of the other ones had compromise. It was always
to try to be okay, but all right, but the thing is,
I don't know if y'all heard it. I don't know what happened. So
did y'all hear what my boy said just now? Let us know in the comments, man, if y'all was able to hear that, because I think that froze off.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna be able to go back and do that again.
You ain't gonna be able to do that again. Like you said.
Some of it maybe, but not the same way.
Now, this is again my thing. I've always said that we keep. Damn, come on, bro. Like, why I keep popping this bullshit? All right, there we go. We keep saying like what it should be,
which is great.
Which is fine. Which is fine. But we're not taking in account of what it is.
Yeah.
Like you gotta. Oh no, you didn't hear none of that shit you said. Yeah, that's pretty tough.
Son of.
I don't even know how to bring that shit back.
Yeah, ain't gonna bring it back. Sorry, Lil. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah. You called a thing a thing. He came through the hood to show up in the press to all that saw him. Right. Everyone has their preferences. Other culture are no different than us. They had the same issues and sometimes they handle them in the same manner. Sometimes. Yeah. But not universally how we handle them in the same manner. That's why because think about it. And the only reason I'm telling you to think about it is if they handled it in the same manner that we did, they would get the same outcome that we do. But yet, other cultures are married almost double, sometimes triple.
The lowest other than us is
the whites, and they're at 54. Yeah. So if that is the contingency of success, wouldn't that means they are doing something right?
Better.
All right, let me not use the word right. You're right. I appreciate that correction. Doesn't that mean no, good correction. We're going to use correction. See how I just got corrected? Didn't push back on it, accepted it. So they're doing something better because why is it better? Because it's producing a better outcome.
Absolutely.
Because those cultures were born into arranged situations. That's what y'all not considering. Okay. And
do you know in most arranged marriages, they say they hate the early years, but they love the latter years? Ooh. You're picking people and you love the beginning and hate the end. They're still more successful. Yeah, if you look at most arranged marriages, they say, because I was arranged, we had 2 days to get to know each other, and then it was the marriage. So the first year, we had to figure out each other. We have to live together. It's an arranged marriage. Our culture doesn't allow the splitting, so we had to get to know each other, and then maybe 2 years into it, the grandparents want grandbabies.
So
they start off rough, but then they have longevity. You're picking your own mate and still getting divorced at the highest rate of all. No, you just said other cultures. I didn't bring up the comparison.
1 second, unos momentos. Because those cultures were born into arranged situations, that's what y'all are not considering. We are literally the only culture that comes from struggles that some of those other cultures can't relate to. But when we were at the height, at the apex of struggle, we was married at our peak. We was at our peak. So as the world got quote unquote
easier and more free,
it became
the freedom to do what you want equals the freedom to fail. That's what we're seeing, failure, and that it comes with it.
Y'all are comparing us to them to make us fair. But okay.
Again, I didn't bring forth the comparison, and they still got more success.
Let me show you.
Talk to me.
The man, not yet. We about to have to say this, but the man just said it in the video. When we compare y'all to other black women, y'all complain about that. So we got to compare you to something.
Even comparing them to women of old, where they didn't have this, they didn't do. But again, we talking 20, 30, 40 years ago, and it still wasn't this bad. We ain't talking about no back in slavery. I'm talking about my grandparents. This is somebody I saw 20 years ago.
Check me out. Check this out. I'm not denying that we were comparing other. Like I used your coworker, the white lady, as an example to highlight how they don't go through this.
Yeah, she didn't even know it existed.
Now,
who was the woman that became a man for a while?
I have no idea what her name is. She's white. She's a white woman. She killed herself after 2 years.
As a white man.
2 years. I've been a
man. This stuff up.
I've been a man for 30 years, bro.
African American in America.
Now look, I'm not denying that was used, but again, I have to compare it. I have to have some type of case study. And I'm just highlighting how white races, other races are married at a extensive rate.
Yeah.
And all I'm saying is if they have the formula,
they got a better outcome.
They have a formula to get a better outcome. Matter of fact, it's the exact same outcome that y'all say y'all want in a relationship. Because remember, a lot of our women nowadays are saying we're dating to marry. Okay, so let's copy the formula that will get you married. But when we tell you what it is, it's like, oh, I don't really want to do that.
But where did the dating to marry come from? Because the divorce rate is high as cuss. So what's the point of getting married if you're just gonna get divorced?
Because you're tired of being single.
It's pointless. It's pointless. Absolutely pointless. Because you divorce, you walk away to be single again.
I wouldn't say that that's a culture thing. I would say that successful people are looking at the big picture. They're not willing to lose what they build. So maybe we need to set standards while we dating.
How many times did I say you got to be family oriented?
Jesus Christ. That's it right there. That's it right there.
Y'all turn the lights out. It's over.
Yeah, put the roll of credits. Like you said.
If we start targeting family-oriented mindset, all this Mickey Mouse stuff goes out the window because it doesn't fit that lifestyle.
And I'm
you're building to success and this is not profitable, don't do things that are counterproductive. It's simple.
And I'm only highlighting how other races are married at a way more higher exponentially higher rate. That means we got to do one or two things. We either got to look at ourselves, us as a whole, men and women alike. We got to look at ourselves, look at them, see what they're doing, and see what we're doing, and make the adjustment.
Yep.
Now, good, I understand a white man's experience and the black man's experience in America is two different experiences.
Absolutely.
And there's a reason why majority of us are saying that we'll take black women. That's why a majority of us are saying that we're willing to talk about the problem, express what the problem is from our point of view, and we come to some type of common ground and we get this off on and popping. But in order to do that, we got to understand where we are right now, how we got here, and what we need to do going forward so we don't be here even longer than what we already have been. Yep. Because we can't, on one hand, say, well, we just so disadvantaged. We don't have this. We don't have that. We are in 2023. Everything is accessible to you if you really want it. The same way IG, the same way Twitter, the same way Facebook, the same way Instagram is IG. The same way Snapchat, all these social medias is available to you. If you really want this, you can have it. Yeah. Just like when you go to school, if you go study something, you gotta study, you gotta plan, you gotta prepare. Yeah. Okay, take that same energy and put that into success within a relationship. Yeah. Because the people, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'm gonna be 100% honest. The people who's left holding the shit bag is the women. Yeah. That's what it is.
I mean, if you look at, I know a lot of black couples that have gotten divorced. The man was remarried in no time. The woman's still single.
Okay.
Happens a lot.
So give black women what the other cultures have, and then the numbers will rise according to what they are saying.
No, but do what they're doing.
But guess what they're doing? They're understanding that their man is number one. They're understanding, hey, my role is to be his helpmate, to be his plug-in, to see where he's lagging at and plug into there. Not to come in there and make all type of demands, all type of stipulations, and all type of unrealistic expectations.
That's the key. Because there are everybody has expectations.
Of course, but your expectations. But guess what, nigga? The motherfucking Carolina Panthers cannot have expectations of winning the Super Bowl with a 1-10 record. The New England Patriots cannot have the expectations of winning the Super Bowl with a 2-12 record.
That is unreasonable.
That is unreasonable.
Unprobable.
Like, bro, again, bro. Bottom line, this is what I can tell our women tonight. Anything you want come at a price. A price. Are you willing to pay it? Because guess what? If I want that girl with the fat ass, the big titties, the slim waist, the cute face, the no kids, she comes at a price.
Yeah, buddy.
And will I pay that price? Is it worth paying the price?
That's the question.
That's the question.
Count up the cost.
That's the ultimate question here. And the thing is, I understand the disadvantages and the advantages I have at being in a family, being married, being in a relationship, etc. And I'm saying, okay, I will sacrifice
on these conditions
for the greater good.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, us being together is the greater good. But you got to understand that there is a hierarchy that comes with this.
That's right. Everybody is subject to it.
Because guess what? When it comes to parenting, there is a hierarchy that comes with that. Am I number one or am I number two? Two. I'm number two when it comes to parenting. Because the mother is the nurturer, the caregiver, etc., etc. All right, yeah, we back in. All right. I agree. If you want it, study, plan, and practice what you learned during study time. Didn't I say a relationship is a skill?
Yeah,
it's a skill you got to practice. That's why I
practice it alone.
You can't practice it alone. That's why I say, hey, man, I'm not telling you to do self-work. I'm not telling you not to do self-care. Because obviously you got to have yourself together in order to be with somebody else. That goes without saying. Was understood, don't have to be explained. But at some point, it being about you have to end. And it being about the team has to start.
That's right. Straight up.
That's what it is, man. They know there were some things presented the women isn't give. What? There are some things presented the women isn't given to the man unless the father and mother and family have trust that that woman will reap the benefits. Reap the benefits according to the training they're raised under. What are some of those things
presented?
What are those things presented
to the man?
Let me know. What are those things presented?
So let's say it like this. She's saying there are things presented to the man. Oh, it's gone.
I'll put it back. And when that doesn't happen, they go against that man that took on that responsibility. That's why conversations need to be had at the beginning. And you need to make the proper analyzation of, can this man carry all the eggs that come in this basket without folding the basket? You got to think about this before you create that kit. Yep. And ultimately, before you accept his proposal for a marriage, because you are accepting his proposal. That's why it's called a proposal.
Exactly.
And that's why I say you will understand what we're saying fully
when that responsibility
flips and it becomes yours.
Well, I mean, and a lot of what you hear is we dated for 4 years, and then we got married, and in 6 months I knew he was a different person. You dated for 4 years, and then in 6 months?
Nah, it was that second video where that lady said we were married for 13 years, and I knew that we was incompatible.
Yeah, in the first 6 months.
So
that's even more crazy.
What? So it took you.
And she didn't say how long they dated.
Now she said to support and honor that man, listen, follow, and so forth. So let me go back. Okay.
There are some things presented to a man that isn't to the woman unless the father
presented to the woman isn't given to the man unless the father and mother and family have.
But that's what I'm saying. Is that supposed to be like switched? There are some things presented given to the man, but not presented to the woman.
Give me some clarity on that. Give me a little bit.
Because there's no punctuation, so I don't know where the subjects are switched. There are some things presented. The woman isn't given to the man.
Hold on, here we go.
You see what I'm saying?
Now y'all taking it back to our culture because that's not the way with us. We're not brought up like other cultures. I'm saying, if
the point of it all is there are outcomes that we say we desire.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever it's happening, if it's happening in the ant bed, study where it's happening to get the success. If you see a lawyer that is successful in their practice and you're an upcoming lawyer, you want to open a firm, it don't matter if that lawyer is green, alien, the Martian manhunter. Study what that person is doing for that success and then make a decision. Now, some people crooked. And you look at that and you say, okay, I'm not doing that. I'm not bribing people and doing that. So you count up the cost. You say, I'm not doing that. Some people may see it and say, hey, I want the success. I'll do whatever it takes. You always hear in the music industry about people selling their souls. If that's what they're willing to do to get the success, that's what they're willing to do. But it's up to you to say, I've studied, I see the stuff, I'm ready to take this step.
I dropped the link.
Get in a relationship and then see what the outcome is.
I dropped the link.
Where'd you drop a link to?
To this.
Oh, to this?
So that way she can come on and clarify her comment on online.
Yeah.
Pull the CJ on. Okay, I'm doing it. How about you bring your ass on? You the married woman. How about
let's get a married woman on the set.
Let's get a married woman on here.
Send the link. Let's do this. If we're gonna do this stuff, let's do this.
All right.
An hour and 12.
Hola.
What's up, CJ?
So y'all.
Hola.
Hey,
what's up with it?
Never. I told you, Mike. You and I got an understanding, just like me and Pratt. All of us got an understanding.
Understood.
I think it's just a matter of. All I'm trying to say is what y'all are saying are facts, and I'm not going to negate what y'all are saying because
I appreciate that.
Even within myself and my family, like me and my ex-husband, we have a great co-parenting relationship where we are instilling certain things so they can be better. But I cannot negate the fact that I grew up as a product of my environment. I had to choose to learn behavior. I have to instill those things in my kids. So what y'all are saying is based on statistics. And I told y'all before, this is why I don't like statistics, because we're pulling numbers from successful people. That's understood. But one thing I don't want to forget is the statistics were made for us to be looked down on. That is why.
That's not how statistics work.
Hold on. Listen to what I'm saying. Because the statistics is a study for what's failing. Now, if the system was never built for us, yes, we're going to be at the bottom of the toll pole. We're going to be at the bottom, but we're steady climbing our way to the top. And I love the numbers, but the numbers is a way of comparison to continue to keep a divided space. You cannot say that Black women are failing because they are not on this level of these other cultures. Because at the end of the day, like I just said in the comments, a white woman, a Asian woman, that you cannot get that woman to be your wife unless you get approval from their family. And what the approval is, This is what we set up for her. This is what we want for her and her kids. This is what we want. So unless you can continue on and do this, you will not get her hand in marriage. And the moment you don't do that, now you are no longer a part of that family. They're going to down you. They're going to come at you all kind of ways. So we come from a state of people who didn't know. It's a lot of people that you can throw them statistics at and these numbers, these textbooks, and guess what? It's not going to relevate with them because they're not there yet. But that don't mean that it's failure. What we do in our culture is come from experience. That is why we are, you could say that it's not successful, but I feel like it is more successful because when we talk about settling, we don't want, it's not that the Black woman don't want the Black man. We want the Black man. We want the family. We just want to be loved genuinely. We don't want to have to fight y'all, just like y'all don't want to have to fight us. But if I got to go and get a job and I got to do the same things that y'all do, but y'all get to come home, y'all get to get a meal at the table before the kids do or whatever, go to sleep and then go to work and don't pour it into the kids. And I'm left over here to do the dishes. I'm left over here to do the laundry. I'm left over here to make sure you good when you get up to go to work in the morning. Now what's happening? What's happening is I become your slave.
Okay,
when
okay,
do
let me
you
ask you a
pour
question.
into me?
Let me ask you a question then. The men that are able to do that, the men that are able to make the lifestyle to where you don't have to do all those things, everything is actually as even as you want it to be, what do he get?
First of all, we can't talk about that man because how many households have that man right now? Let me ask y'all this. Hold on. Mike, I'm not, you put me up on here. We got to be real.
I did.
Can you do that today? Can you do that? Can you say, and you say it all the time, you got 4 girls and you got a woman.
At 30
Can
years
you
old?
be that today?
At 30 years old, that will put me above.
No. Don't worry about the number. Don't worry about the number. Don't worry about the age. Can you provide that today?
Can I do it? Yes. Definitely.
Okay.
Was doing it.
Okay. No. Okay, you say you were doing it. Okay, fine.
Definitely.
Realistically, can a Black household on an average, because I know I got my business and stuff, but I'm a single woman. And so yes, I'm doing it. But I'm saying when we're talking about relationships and families, how many average households a Black man can say, baby, you go, I'm gonna go to work and you stay here. I got all the bills.
That wouldn't work, but that's the thing, though. That's the thing. That wouldn't work.
No, tell me why it wouldn't work. But
you gotta let me answer your question.
I know, but you said something first.
You have to let me answer your question, but put context behind my answer. Because I don't just give answers just for the sake of giving answers. Now, again, the average Black man makes about $42,000 a year in this country. So the average Black man would not be able to do it by himself. But I'm saying there are men, you cannot disqualify or act like these men don't exist. There are men that can do that. And I'm saying the men that can do all those things, that wouldn't need you to do anything, what do he get? And if you're telling me he gets the same outcome as the average man, then what is the point of him being head and shoulders above the competition?
There's no point in
I think that's the problem. If the objective is to have a family that man can provide for, he needs to eliminate himself about trying to be in competition anyway. Because Pratt said that
you can never not stop.
No. No, wait, because now y'all are giving 2 different things. Pratt literally said we supposed to be getting back to the family. It's supposed to be about the family. Right. So if you're doing something in your household and your household is running functionally based on you being a provider because that's what you want for your family, why are you worried about what the next man doing?
Because if you fall behind, you won't have the value. If you're always in competition, if you're in the market,
family values you, who gives a damn about what the next man is saying?
Because if I don't bring value to let's say I work for a company and I don't bring value to that company, people get promoted above me. Cost of living goes up every year. You get stuck where you are, it's gonna change. The reason
Because our women have been conditioned to believe that there's always better out there. They always feel like, oh,
I think that's the women that y'all chose to deal with. Because I'm gonna tell you,
I've never experienced that. I only hear women complaining about that. I've never experienced that.
Well, Pratt, what kind of women have you dealt with? I want to know from you, what kind of women have you dealt with, Pratt?
So you've never heard the expression, well, what you won't do, the next man will. So you've never heard the expression.
Listen. I've heard it, but that ain't how I live my life. So I want to hear from Pratt. Pratt, what kind of women have you dealt with?
What kind of women have I dealt with? I'm very selective, so I deal with very specific type of women. Mm-hmm. I spend a lot of time vetting before I get in a relationship. I'm feeling you and you cute is not good enough for me. I ask, what does that mean? What does that actually interpret to? What's your future plans? So I don't date very often because I kill it right from the beginning. If you're telling me you just want to have fun, there are plenty of guys. I can give you some phone numbers of guys that'll have fun. That's
fun. Fun normally ends in you having a kid.
I am very deliberate about what I do, and that's why when I speak like this, I'm not speaking from I just want to bash women. It ain't about bashing women. I love women. There has not been a woman I've met that I can't sit down with long enough and get to know who they really are and see value in them. Every single one. Because God put that in every single one. He designed woman as the helpmeet to man. Every single woman is a helpmeet. It's whether she chooses to do it. Human beings are the only terrestrial creatures who can choose to act outside their nature. God gave every creature a nature. Lions, tigers, humans do whatever the cuss they feel like they want to do. And this is we're getting the outcomes of being random in our behavior. My intention was never to say that women are failing because they're not doing what the other women are doing. What I'm saying is women are saying, I want this type of relationship. And guys are saying, I'll give you that on these conditions. And women are saying, that's not fair. It shouldn't have to be like that. But you asked for an outcome.
Fair is the only place pigs is judged. Fair is a place where pigs are judged.
Okay, so I would like for you. I asked that question for a reason because what I'm trying to find out is after you start communicating with a certain woman or whatever, what is it that you're telling her she needs to have in order for you to build and move forward and build a family with her?
That's for both of us, or that's for him?
I'm gonna let him answer first, and then you can answer second.
I don't. I did that one time, and she tried to run game to try. I'm gonna do this long enough to get to the result. And all I had to do was just, okay, the result, it'll be here if these things, but it's conditional on how those things come to be. She did it all the way until that point. A week later, she was like, I thought. She was goal-oriented. She was doing just enough to lock it in. So I don't say, I'll do the deal breakers, but I don't do the, if you do this, I'm attracted to this. If you do this, I'm attracted to that.
But what I'm asking for you right now is on this podcast, because y'all say y'all put the numbers and stuff out there so people can know the solution. So what I'm asking you is to be transparent in this moment and just relive one of those conversations where you're getting to know the woman or whatever. Tell the details of what them conversations is that you asked from that woman, basically, so you can even see if she can build with you.
Basically,
spending time.
What outcome do you want? Is your intent to date to be married? Okay, great. Like if you plan on being married, what do you believe will get you that outcome? If you know that we are the key holders to commitment and family, what is it are you willing to sacrifice? What did we say earlier? Everything you want in this world comes at a price.
Now, I will say this, CJ. Before 2020, it didn't have these type of details.
Not at all.
I was spending time with them and looking at behavior, looking at the resume, looking at production.
I wasn't even looking at resumes.
Prior to 2020. But that's the thing. We're all the sum of our experiences.
Can you repeat what you just said? You said y'all are the key holders to communication.
Key holders to relationship and commitment.
Say that again.
We are the key holders to relationship, family, commitment. Well, commitment, family, relationship, all the same thing. Yeah.
Women are what?
What?
I think it's breaking up.
Because I heard you say that.
We are. Can you hear me? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
We good? All right. I said we are the key holders to commitment and relationships. Commitment ultimately.
How do you get commitment with lack of communication?
What do you mean? I mean, it's just as simple as me getting on my knee proposing. Hey, will you marry me? And you saying yes?
Yeah, that can happen on date too. If she say yes, then there it is.
That's it.
Don't mean it's gonna have a good outcome.
Yeah, does not mean it's gonna have a good outcome.
But usually you don't propose.
Men, because the expression goes, men marry who they want, women marry who they can. Men have sex with who they can, and women have sex with who they want.
That is true.
That is true.
In most cases. Well, yeah,
in most cases.
That is usually
in most cases. I cannot go outside in the middle of Greens Point and say, I want to have sex with this woman, and that woman in sequential order. You think that's going to happen? Absolutely not. But if that woman wants to be somebody's wife, is she going to get on her knees and propose?
Nope. I've had a woman say she could love a guy to death and she ain't gonna never ask.
Never gonna do that because that's out of your frame. That's you doing a man's job. Hell, a lot of y'all won't even approach a dude. You want the man to come to you. But that's what I'm saying. That's how we're able to tell the story from both sides because we have to court the woman. And in order to even get to phase 2, we have to know what they like, know how they speak, know how they, know what makes them vulnerable, know what don't make them vulnerable, etc. Know what makes you happy, know what don't makes you happy, all these things. But if the roles would flip, I guarantee you, you will totally understand where we're coming from. That's why I said earlier, I wish we could flip to where I could be the key holder to sex and childbirth, and you'll be the key holder to commitment and relationship.
It'd be rough.
It'd be real rough.
It'd be a lot of sex and no marriage.
Be even more sex. Be a lot of single dads out here. Fuck you saying,
man.
Women have to do that too. Wrong. I'm not okay.
Have to do what too? What is
the courting, the understanding of this, that, and the third.
If you find he ain't really tripping on it. Am I lying?
No bullshit.
Am I lying, guys? If she find you ain't really, she got a great personality. That we see with the eyes first, and then that is the initial attraction. Now, if it stays there, that's on you. But guys, look across the room. We can't look at. I cannot. When I first saw you, CJ, I did not look at you and say, "Oh, she's an entrepreneur. She got good head on her shoulder." I can't see that looking at you. I say, okay,
until you start talking and we get to know you, then yeah, of course.
It's unreasonable to expect a guy to read your diary from across the room unless he's got a power within him.
Women have to do what? Women have to do what too, right?
Women talk. Women are expressive, and I think that's the big picture that I'm trying to get y'all to understand. A woman will tell y'all everything that she wants if you just stop and have a conversation. And here's the thing, Pratt, you're absolutely correct. Men do too. So if a woman gets to talking and you find out, you know what? She want me to do this, she want me to do, then everybody has to be transparent enough to say, you know what, this ain't for me. Because guess what? I want a woman that's gonna shut the fuck up and that's gonna, I'm sorry, I know we can't cuss on y'all thing. I think I want a woman. I want a woman that's gonna be quiet and let me listen and follow instruction. So just like this is my thing. I feel like I don't go against what y'all are saying. I know, everybody has their different perspective. I just feel like everybody needs to date within their lane. Like me, for instance, and y'all keep saying, CJ say, when she get with a man, he can start off with 20,000, but then he got to elevate. You damn skipping.
Okay, that's your deal breaker. Yes.
That's my deal breaker. But what I want y'all to understand is it's not a woman trying to take control. It's when a man sends his representative and pretends to be them things. Because I done told you who I am. I'm telling you from the gate what I will deal with and what I won't. But because you want it, men hate a challenge. Oh, you niggas can't stand a challenge. Don't let a woman tell y'all can't have what the fuck she saying she don't want. That is when y'all flip the fuck out. Now y'all play the games that y'all play. And then guess what y'all do?
Whoever you are, you better be listening.
Hold on, we here. Fuck you saying? All right. I will take you up on that.
Okay.
Date within your lane. I will take you up on that. And if we were to date within our lane, you know how many single women there'll be?
Stop it. Stop it.
There'll be even more single women.
That ain't your
Because
problem though.
that
Why
means a
are you
lot of
trying? Why are you trying to up somebody's shit? See, that's there you go. I'm glad you said that.
What you mean? Not talk.
Because why? Y'all just read the comment. Date within your lane. So why do you take on a challenge when a woman say, I don't.
Wait. You breaking up?
You breaking up, CJ?
Yeah.
I think it's y'all.
I'm
gonna switch mine.
All right, man. We
I
back
think
in.
I'm back in.
Yeah, you are. Go ahead.
Yeah, what were you saying?
He said, so a woman will date a man that makes 20,000 if she makes 50,000. I don't know
If
if
she makes 50K.
Yes, but he can't be complete for me. I can't speak on nobody else.
We got a little sound. I'm gonna kick you from studio. Just come back.
No, I refreshed my wishful count. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
I could drop down. I think I made my point.
DJ?
I can go back in
All
the
right, well,
comments.
I'm backstage. Just bring it back.
Yeah, at the stage. Let's see if you're nasty. Okay, babe. Damn, bro.
I'm probably gonna have to get like an extender and some other stuff.
Yeah, some other
stuff. Build up some stuff.
That ain't it. I ain't bullshit.
Yeah, cause we at it right now.
We at it right now. I ain't gonna lie, this is some good shit.
Okay, sorry, CJ. I'll see you back. Let's do it.
You in here?
What you got? Is you in there?
Yeah, I think. I hope.
Y'all can hear me?
No
Can you
bullshit.
hear me
No, this
okay?
ain't right.
This ain't right.
I think we lost the broadcast, so I'm gonna just drop down.
All right, y'all. I'm back. All right, hold on, let me just edit this right quick. NFA1 and Pratt TDE.
Bruh.
I'm gonna type him up.
So is she still for or?
CJ, the link should still be the same. Just come back in this month. It should still be the same. If that's what she wants, but that's the thing. Like, bro, okay, y'all keep looking at it and a possible over probable.
Yeah.
Like, bro, if you were to poll 1,000 women, I guarantee you 900 of them which is 90%, is gonna say no.
20,000 ain't even close enough.
20,000, like, bro, I make that on my own.
Yeah.
I make that doing hair. You know, way
on the side.
Yeah. All right, we back.
We
Y'all lying like a motherfucker. We is CJ. Everyone has a preference. They your preference, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but your preference is not necessarily your possibility,
like
your probability.
Like your possibility is almost as infinite, or is it infinite? I might be saying the word wrong. Infinite as much as winning the lottery.
Yeah, it's a high.
It's a higher chance of you losing versus you actually succeeding.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm saying. I'm gonna ask like Kevin, if that was where he's comfortable staying at 20 to 40,000, would that be enough? Of course,
we've already had that discussion. That's a no.
I think that's where men and women differ. And Monkey Man said this earlier today when we were on TikTok. He was like, when a woman loves, they love. So yes, we can take you where you are, and we will love that. And what we want to do is nurture it, but
into something bigger.
Yes, because why would you want to stay stagnant? No, because but listen, Mike, is that a bad thing though? Is that a bad thing if we're here and we're building together?
The only reason I give that pushback is because we live in a country to where you have freedom of choice. And I'm showing the men and also the women that, hey, if you want to be that nigga that stays at 20,000, that's your choice. Mm-hmm. But you're gonna get what you get. $20,000 lifestyle. Cost of living, and you're gonna get them bottom of the barrel women. You're gonna get Section 8, you're gonna get WIC, food stamps, Medicaid, all of that. And you gotta take it because that's what you set your life up for. Yeah. That's exactly why I say that woman, if you want that woman that got the fat ass, the cute face, the slim waist, the big titties, okay, great. You got to pay a price for that.
You got to have the things that she wants.
And you better have what she wants to maintain that and sustain that. Yeah. Because if not, guess what, brother? You're going to be by yourself.
And I think that's part of the disconnect. Everybody is
let's
about.
Let's go back, though. Why would, let's reverse it. You're the man that's making 50,000, and you say, you know what? I like this woman. I like what she's about. You know, she may not be up in the $50,000 range. She got 25,000 that she brings to the table. Why do you look at it wrong when now you're the man that's encouraging her to climb the ladder? Like all you're saying is, hey, babe, don't be stagnant. Don't be comfortable. What's wrong with that?
It's a difference because there's a difference in getting with that man who started at here and he got to here versus you being with that man that's already here. There's a difference. And most of the women, not granted, bro, like I'm not saying your way of thinking, trust me, if everybody had it that way, we'll have a lot more positive outcomes. But the fact of the matter is they just not thinking like that. And most of our women do not want to stay. Like if you start dating your dude when he's 25, you're 25. Yeah. How many 25-year-olds make enough money to sustain a family? Not that many. How many 30-year-olds make enough to sustain a family? Not that many. How many 35-year-olds make enough to sustain a family? Not that many. You don't start getting the majority of those men until you get in the 40s, 45s, 50s, 55s. And are you going to stay with your dude 25 years until you figure it out?
Statistically, no.
Are you willing to stick around for 25 years?
Until he get there.
Oh, don't ask me.
You don't know if it's going to be 25.
That's why CJ single. Don't ask me that.
26, 23.
It could be 30.
It could be 30.
It could be 35. Yep. But, huh? What you say?
It's breaking up. I said no.
Yeah.
You can't ask me that because that's why CJ single. Hell no. Because my thing is we can climb that ladder faster together.
And most women think like that.
No. See, y'all are taking that and y'all are running with y'all's perspective. What I'm saying
this is surveyed.
No bullshit. Go ahead. What you saying?
No, I don't think it's surveyed because they never surveyed the Black woman to say, how many times have you actually been with a man and actually tried to pour into him, tried to support him for him to do better, but all he wanted to do was make excuses and sit on the couch and play the PlayStation and get mediocre jobs and said, well, you with me. Why now you're trying to control me. Now you want to be my mama. Because now if you do those statistics, you're going to find out. You're gonna find out something different.
I hear that, but
that's why they left.
I hear that, but that give off the implication that most Black men who want to sit down, do nothing but play the PlayStation, play the game, and that's not true.
That is the truth.
No, it's not. Most black men are single between the age of
most black men are 54% of black men are single and childless. 64 of that 54% are in the upper middle class. Yeah. So
it's the preference that's killing it. The guys in the friend zone, the boring guys, those that are showing that average success the ones that are boring to women they don't want.
The men that's pandering to the women
are even more exciting.
Are the ones that's dangerous.
Me what those men are asking for. I hear what y'all. No,
yes, he's having a conversation with you.
That is unfair. That's unfair. That's unfair.
Allow me to inform you. Not to put your business out there, but you're a man that makes over $60,000 a year, correct?
Ain't nobody been there.
All right, but I don't get no exact figure. Well, about over $60,000 a year, right?
Yeah.
No kids, correct?
Correct.
So you feed into the statistic, correct?
Absolutely.
Great. What do you want in a woman?
Oh, there's a whole myriad.
Please give me five. Give me 3 things we want in a woman.
Be transparent.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. Transparent. Number 1. If not, we ain't gonna work out.
I'm gonna sit back.
Wife. I want to be a wife, not a married woman. A wife. That is gonna be known before you become married. If a man that finds a wife,
what is a wife? What is a wife?
If a man
in your mind, what is a wife? Give the details.
It ain't about my mind. I'm looking at God's standards. If I do it my way, I'd have a floozy. I'm looking at God's standards.
That's contradicting, Pratt, because hold on, what I'm saying is right now on this platform, you say she got to be a wife. If you can't tell us what it is that you know God is going to say approval, there are certain things that you need to be saying right now. This ain't nobody fit to come at you because Mike didn't put your business out there. But if you want us to understand, you gotta lay some stuff out on the table, Pratt.
You did. That's what he's doing.
Two things. Earlier, I said I don't tell all the details because I don't want people playing games with the details to get an outcome. So as far as if you want to know what a wife is, draw sword open and read. I'm not going to do that one. But being a wife, if a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. That is not finding a married woman. There's a difference between the qualitative state of wife and the positional state of married woman. Study to show yourself approval. I won't go into that one because you might interpret it different. But wife, I want to be a wife, not just a married woman.
And somebody has to teach you. Somebody has to show you how to be a wife. You don't teach that to yourself.
That's why I said draw sword and open and read. Because if I give you what I think, it's going to be what I think. I want to give you what I think.
Same way. Y'all say, I don't tell niggas what I want because you'll just start conforming to that just to get whatever you want out of me.
That is one of the reasons why I don't go, I like this, I like that. But yes, the first thing, are you saying, do you believe in Jesus? If not, let's talk about maybe it's confusion. Okay, but if it's no, I don't subscribe to that. Okay, done.
Deal breaker?
It's a deal breaker.
Yeah.
It's a deal breaker.
Okay.
Because how we going to raise our kids? You want to go one way, I want to go up.
And it's before you have sex with this woman. It's before you do any of these things. Before you take this woman out on a date. Before you do anything that will be contributed to you wasting your time.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Because deal breakers should be upfront.
Yes, sir.
Deal breakers should be, okay, if you see somebody at a coffee shop, you're not going to say, hey, quick question, 3 quick questions. You look cute. Are you this, that? That's not how it works. You're going to have a conversation. You're going to build a reputation. But yes, are you saved? Do you want to be a wife, the qualitative state of wife? Do you know what that is? Do you, et cetera, et cetera? That's going to be several conversations, I'm sure. And then the third one, do you want to build a family? Are you family oriented? Because if you're not about the family, it's going to turn, I feel this way, so forget the relationship. I don't like this, forget the relationship. I thought we were going to have this much money at this time, forget the relationship. There's all kind of reasons to leave. Family is the main reason today. It eliminates a lot of I call it the Mickey Mouse, the nonsense. Disney fairy tales, Goldilocks sleeping in everybody's bed, all that stuff go out the window.
It's like you slept in boys' bed.
Boys, somebody been eating boys' porridge, you know what I'm saying? Boys been famished in my meal.
Correct.
But yes, those are the top 3 things that are very, very important to me. That's why I'm single. I'm very specific, and there is a point I want to get it. I'm studying trust. I'm studying estate planning and building, because I want to be the first generation that when I die, ain't no fish fries and all that to bury somebody. I'm sick of seeing that in the Black community. We have wills, we have trust, we have all kind of stuff, and I don't want to keep up no confusion, so you don't sign nothing. Everybody fighting for the property, the government or the state or the county ends up getting the property. It's just nonsense. We do a lot of stupid things because we build these lies on top of it to support it, when we can just say, there's no real reason to do that. I don't know why we do that. We should stop doing that, because there are so many other cultures. Yes, it's comparative, but there are so many other cultures that leave things to their child. There's a scripture, and I don't want to misquote it, but it says something like an honorable man or a wise man leaves riches and houses, property to their children. Why in the Black community do we stop doing that? This is the thing, Mike. Look, but this is the thing that if our community could come to, if we, Black men and Black women, could sit down and say, first off, can we redirect our minds to family? What is that about? What does it entail? How deliberate are we going to be about that? If we still get in a relationship, most people don't get in relationships to build a family. They get in relationships because, I don't want to be single. That person's cute. I want to butt off this person. It's all kinds of reasons. And we build on that weak foundation, and the house fall in, and then we go, well, I don't know what happened. That he just a sorry builder. No, he wasn't a sorry builder. It was bad decisions that were made. Probably on both parts. Takes two to tango. I mean, there's all kinds of cliches and stuff we can
I respect and appreciate everything that you said. And I love your preferences. But one thing that I do know is, after finding out that person has those same beliefs, that's when that other work come in. That's where communication.
What other work? Not for us, but for the people that's watching. What other work you talking about?
A person can say a lot of things on the surface as far as what they want and what they believe in, but it's different levels to people. Like after the doors are closed and the cameras go off and y'all not at the dinner table, now y'all are breaking down and finding out how people were raised, different beliefs in how you raise children, different beliefs in how you manage money and all that other different things. Like, it's good for a person to want those things, but if you don't break down the rest of it, you're probably gonna end up spinning your wheels and having to start over.
And CJ, I don't disagree with that. I agree with what you just said, bro. Like, wholeheartedly, no pushback. The only thing I would have to say is this: ask these questions, understand this information before you procreate. Because the second you procreate with this man that you're gonna turn around and say is less than and garbage, he wasn't garbage enough for you to make a baby with him.
That's how God see it.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Because guess what? And I'm gonna put the man out there. Hey, you cannot give a promiscuous woman commitment, family, and then sit here and complain about her being promiscuous. Nigga, you should have knew that. You should have asked all the right questions. You should have did all the research, all the homework, all the et cetera, because, bro, once we here, we are here. And you got to take every upside.
You say promiscuous. Can you give us the definition of a promiscuous woman?
She has more than one sex partner.
You say that a lot.
Her sex partner is more than just you.
Okay, but what if she's not a promiscuous woman and she just don't like how you talk to her? She just don't like you being present in the relationship. She don't like you.
Great. Let's not just limit it to promiscuity. Let's also talk about her failure to accept leadership, her failure to understand the importance of family and commitment, her failure to understand how important a man's role, especially a Black man's role in a Black relationship in a Black family, You got to understand that, brother, before you choose to procreate. Because yes, our women do control sex, do control the birth rate. I'm sorry, I'll be tapping the shit out the nigga's shoulder. But brother, you also gotta you gotta also show discernment, ain't that discernment? And discipline. Because if you know, on one hand, that our women accept sex as a form. What's up?
I want to challenge you now. The same
Talk to
way
me.
I was trying to challenge Pratt.
Talk
Are
to
you
me.
going to give details now of that man and how he is supposed to lead?
Lead by asking all the right. First, you start by asking all the right questions. Hey, where have you been? I say, but start a relationship. You ask 3 questions. Well, you ask a million of questions, but it come back to 3 points. Where have you been? Where are you going? And where are you at? Also, you have to understand that, hey, how was this woman raised? Was she raised in a 2-parent household? And if she wasn't, is that how much influence
is that on her behavior?
Is it on her behavior? How is she willing? Is she going to get pushed back to a man willing to lead, or is she willing to comply? That's why the men want 2 basic points. I say 5. It's basically 2 points. Fuck us, respect us. Respect us got so many different avenues. You know what I'm saying? Allow us to lead. Allow us to make decisions, assuming that this man can make the proper decision. Because if he cannot lead you properly, you shouldn't be with him.
But what I'm asking you to break down is, and this is if you choose to answer, fine. If not, fine. Your perspective of a man leading in a household.
Well, first he got to have his father in his life. He can't lead shit without a man showing him how to lead it.
Gotta have a mentor. Because
if he has no, I'm gonna quote Cross. If Cross watching, he's not. I'm sure, but if he is, shout out to him. You gotta have OJT. Sorry, on the job training. And if you don't have no on the job training, how do you know? You would just be doing this, trying to figure it out as you go. And it might lead to it might lead to prosperity. It might lead to a failure. But you gotta know, and if you're willing to take that gamble, then hey, you gotta be able to live whatever the outcome is. Also, how has he treated other women in the past? How did I show? What did I say? A man that's been consistent and over the course of his life is not going to automatically just turn inconsistent. Just like a woman that's consistent in her whole life is not going to automatically turn inconsistent. Just like a nigga that's inconsistent is not going to automatically turn consistent. A woman that's inconsistent is not going to automatically turn consistent. Hey, if he don't have no history of leading, Pratt, you my boy. Been knowing you since 05. Fuck you saying? You know, hey, just let's talk about it.
Talk to me.
I can sit here and say how my man's would be a great father all day long.
Theory.
But it's a theory. Yeah. Why? How many kids you got?
0.
Never seen it.
I'm in a special statistic.
Never seen it. So I don't know it until it happens. Mm-hmm. That's why I agree with you when you said, hey, you gotta check that resume.
Got to.
You gotta check it. Where you been? Where you at? Where are you going?
And you know what? I think maybe to the point, and you hear, so you can correct me verbally if I'm wrong. Sure. I think part of the problem, and this is probably what CJ is trying to express, is that it's not always a problem with the principle, it's a problem with the practice. Accurate or no?
My preferences haven't changed, right? I ain't gonna bullshit you.
Very accurate. Very accurate.
Sometimes it's not the principle that's wrong, it's the practice. Like you said, this is a relationship is a skill, and some people aren't willing to develop. First off, if your end result is different from the other person's end result, if I want to go a mile and you go 30 miles, then I'm stopping at a 30th of your performance metric. I'm gonna be way back here, you're gonna be way up here, because we haven't agreed that we're gonna go the same distance. So if you're not family oriented, if you just want to have sex and this person is looking for a wife, or vice versa, you know, you looking for a good time and he just, you know, whatever. Y'all got 2 different end results. It's never gonna go the full length because you haven't agreed on where you're gonna stop. Once he knocked, he like, yo, why you calling me? Well, I thought we went out, we had a good time. I thought we were going. Yo, man, you done. I got mine. I'm out. Now you upset because either no initial communication, like you said, it wasn't discussed, or bad representation. Because you've said that. Dude say he gonna do this, and then he switch and do something else. Women do the same thing. We gotta start having the right mentality when we go into relationships.
That's why I say I judge women by how good you can keep a job, because it take a commitment to do that. If you can't commit to the person or the people or the environment that pays for your lifestyle, how the fuck can you commit to me? Man. Vice versa. If a man cannot commit to his children, if he's dead, if he's not consistent in nothing that he does, how can he be consistent with you?
Yeah, check his other responsibilities.
Check it.
Are they failing?
I gotta tell you this. I do have to interject there.
Go ahead.
There are some men that will be more committed to their children than they will be to the women in their lives.
Then you got to be willing to have children with them.
No, all I'm saying is because if there's some underlying hurt and some underlying issues there, they will negate that woman and say, you know what, man, forget that. I love my kids, regardless of if it's right or wrong. They will tap into their children.
I got you, but there's other. Oh shit! Hold on, I gotta mute you, cuz.
Oh yeah.
I got it. But there's other avenues of commitment also. His job, any hobbies he have. Like it ain't just limited to
performance metrics.
For sure. But it's not just limited to the children, because in order to have a hobby, you have to be consistent in that. You have to be dedicated to that. You have to be committed to that in order to get better. It's like a nigga that rap. How the fuck I've been rapping since elementary school? Yeah. You gave my first microphone in 2008. How the fuck I can ever get better in freestyling if I never practice it? Yep. I had to dedicate myself to the craft. Yep. So if I could dedicate myself to that, I mean, I'm not trying to compare rapping and children, but I'm only comparing it in the sense of it takes a commitment in order to perform better.
It's performance.
I'm glad you did that, because I will tell you this. And hey, you know, how you look at life and how you adjust to life is if that what helps you flourish and grow, perfect. But I have noticed that men will compare family and their roles to other things like a job or like you say, the rap game and this. Women don't do that. Women can only live in some women, the women that are actually nourishing, the women that are actually
you can put the majority on that. Like what you said is not all based with the majority.
Okay, so what we don't have anything compared to other than I want to be better for my children than what I had for me.
Well, so then, but that's why it's on you. But that's why it's on you to pick the right person to procreate with. Yeah. Because if you pick the wrong person, guess who ends up holding the shit bag in the long run? It is the women. Because that man, bro, how many deadbeat niggas you know that was able to make another family? Yeah. And another family. And another family.
Correct. That is the nature I've asked you to see when we're up here on these panels and we're up here in these platforms and we're talking. If I have a rewind button, then fine. We can do that and we can say don't, because my transparent, I got 3 kids. My first child I had at 16. But as I grew, I knew better and then learned not to do and repeat the same mistakes. And if I chose to have a child, guess what? CJ said, oh, you're going to be raising this child by yourself. And that is what it is.
But guess what though? That man is not afforded. But that man is not afforded that same thing. If he creates 2 kids, 3 kids at a young age, women ain't gonna sit around and say, "Hey man, well shit, you know that's what you did before me. It is what it is. You know, you here with me now, so it's different." No. They're gonna say, "Nigga, you got 3 kids, 3 different women. All you do is just sit around and just make kids and don't take care of them." He don't get that. He don't get that. Get out of jail free card.
I think it's about the audience, because here's the thing: if you're presenting yourself in a certain caliber, the only reason somebody is going to bring up what they see you not doing is because you're putting yourself out there and you're representing yourself as this. The only way I'm going to call you out on some shit that I know you ain't doing is because you're up here trying to present yourself as this. Humbling is Humbling is an experience.
And that's why I say you gotta, and that's why I say our women, and it's the only time I will compare our women with the gays, is because our women has not had nobody to champion them in a successful light.
That's not true. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you this, Mike.
Let me finish the point.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Let me finish the point. You can disagree. Like, our women, just like the gays, have not had anybody to champion them in the best, most successful light.
Always negative.
So they'll harp on, or they'll cling to, I should say, to whatever representative is available, even if it's a representative that's not really a representative. He's just there as a wolf in sheep clothing. These men do exist. The quickest way to the pussy is what? Act like you don't want it. That woman will say, well, he's different. He don't act like the rest of them. He don't want my body. Lo and behold, matter of fact, there was a video that Jermaine circled about 2 weeks ago. And that nigga said at the end of the video, and I caught that motherfucker, I was about instantly. He said, little did they know I'm the most dangerous one walking.
Because you placating to everything.
Because you placating to everything they want. And you're not really standing on what you really are. Like you say, I'm going to take your word. You are misrepresenting yourself in order to conform to get whatever it is that you want.
All right. I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to get ready to go to bed, because y'all know I'm an old woman and I got to draw kids.
Oh, God. One of my white friends, the best thing he ever told me, hey, brother, put your phone on do not disturb at 8:30, be in the bed by 8:45. Best shit I see.
Do not disturb right now. I want to say this, and this is hopefully for men to understand.
Go ahead.
Women. Y'all say that women don't have anybody to tell them about themselves and this and that and other.
In mass.
You tend to support each other more than correct each other.
But I want y'all to understand something. And I'm gonna say this, and I hope this brings awareness to where y'all understand why women are like they are. It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse.
I won't take it as one. Go ahead.
As a young girl, you're told, don't get pregnant. Don't get pregnant. But they never show themselves in transparency to say why they're saying what they're saying, right? So then y'all know y'all love the statistics, and I love them too. So then you go out there because the father may be absent, or the mother is holding the child from the father, which is a big thing in the Black community. And now guess what? The girl is growing up and she's trying to understand why she's searching for certain type of love, and she's over here getting abuse from the mother because the mother is constantly pounding in on her and don't be this and don't be that, and everything that she does right. The mother now is breaking her down because the mother sees that the girl is actually doing a little bit better than what she's doing. And then she does have a child. And the next thing you know, instead of being poured into to say, I know you made a mistake, but let me tell you how to fix it. You don't have to grow up and be a statistic. You can actually have that still relationship with that father. But now it's embedded in the daughter to look at that man that she actually procreated with and treat him a certain type of way. And then when the girl decides, no, mama, I'm not going to do that. I want to have a certain dynamic with that father that I decided to love for a moment. And we did bring up a child. Now you got different realms. You don't know what's being told over there. You don't know if he's being told certain type of things, and you're coming up in the household. Now there are no generational curses that are being broken. Now go further. Now when you find out that woman has actually learned from her mistakes, does that stop her from being a woman? Does that stop her from wanting to actually go on and have some successful relationship? No, it does not.
It does not.
Again, agree. We all agree with that. Now, everything you just listed, and if Ray is watching right now, Ray, if she's watching, I got 3 kids with her. That's my ex-wife. If she's watching, that's exactly why I learned these statistics. That's exactly why I learned these outcomes. So that way I could give it to my daughters. So that way they can make the proper decision. Because what do I say? I say people make decisions based off of
bad decision,
either no information or misinformation. So that way, if they become a single mother, they cannot point and say, my dad failed me. No way. Because I got a whole platform in front of the world for the world to see. And that I'm paying money for this platform for the world to see. So that way, my children ain't at a disadvantage. If he decide to have kids, they not at a disadvantage. If you decide to procreate again, your kid's not at a disadvantage. If Jermaine wants to have another kid, his kid ain't at a disadvantage. Hey, you could point to the domino effect conversation with Mike and Pratt. When CJ came on here and we had this conversation, I could point and say, hey, we talked about this. We highlighted this. I was able to give you the perspective from a man and a woman that's been married, a man that's been married, and from a man that don't have no kids. You got all three perspectives. So that way you don't have no choice but to know. This go for Michaela, this go for Tamari, this go for Farron, this go for Melanie. So that way, and I even said on this program, I said, if my children become a single mother after all this information, I'm going to shame them. Am I going to shame them publicly? Hell no. But behind closed doors, you fucking right. Because that means you did not listen to my instructions. You did not listen to nothing that I gave for you. You did not take heed to all this that I'm learning, all this that I'm taking in from the male, from the female perspective, from the married woman to the single woman, to the single man, to the married man. So you can make the right decision.
That sounds like more like chastising than shame.
So you can make the right decision.
Can I have a moment to address this comment?
Please.
No, go back to Mr. Andrews.
Go ahead. I gotta use Los Spaniels.
Is she listening to understand or hearing you until it's her turn to combat your point or view respectfully? Let me tell you something. If we're gonna talk about gems and who CJ is up here on this platform, I really believe that Mike would have never let me up here if he thought that I was coming up here to be combative, because we've done that. We've done that respectfully and disrespectfully until we came to an understanding. But we are, the main goal, as Mike said, regardless if we agree to disagree or we agree and move on, is to bring solutions to the table. Now, let me tell you something about who CJ is. CJ is a 40-year-old woman that has 3 kids. I am single today because of choice, because I choose not to raise my kids up in environments from my mistakes. As I learned better, I did better. Am I divorced twice? Hell yeah. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to just conform to a status and a situation that because I want to have a body next to me. Now, let me tell you what came out of that. My daughter of 24 years old just got engaged to her husband, soon to be husband, in April of 2024, being together for 5 years. My son, 18 years old, graduated.
Congratulations, beat the statistic.
You were, Mike, and I appreciate that. My son, 18 years old, graduated from high school and got a job at Ford Motors, one of the top companies here in Houston, Texas, on his way to be one of the greatest mechanics in the world. My daughter is studying 10 years old at her school, private school, right now, doing coding, a straight A student. So at the end of the day, this single woman over here, I always listen to get an understanding and never to respond. But I am always going to respond to get answers, because the only way that we help each other to make changes is if we challenge each other. And if it's something that I don't understand, I am not just going to sit here and yeah, amen, and then move on. I'm not going to do that.
That's real.
Iron sharpens iron, and you cannot have a good debate without real issues being challenged.
Come on now. And all we ask is, if you gonna challenge it, just challenge it with actual logic, no emotions. Because if we put our emotion in it, you put your emotion in it, there's no conversation.
You can't debate emotion.
Can't debate it.
Yeah, that's just
I can't be mad at you for how you feel. You can't be mad at me how I feel. But what can you do about it? Nothing.
No.
Of course.
You can be in your feelings about something if it makes you feel some type of way, but you can't be mad at the person. Now, if you're in your feelings, you got to go back and you got to look at yourself and say, what's making me be in my feelings about this? But online and even in personal discussions, be real, Pratt and Mike. How many times have y'all talked to each other about something and y'all kind of got in the moment and it'd be like, well, I don't really agree with that or whatever, this and that and the other, and that's okay. But if we come to a solution,
we disagree on that word guilty.
Yeah.
When we were talking about the P. Diddy shit, he was like, man, don't say the word guilty because you're automatic.
Guilt is a legal term.
Come on.
Guilt means you've been judged or determined by, according to our legal system, that 12 have said that you have done this deed that they've described in this manner. Whereas, and the reason why I say that is because there have been many people that were guilty, went to jail, DNA proved that they didn't do it, but they're still guilty.
Yeah.
They have been judged guilty. So I don't like using that term when we start discussing stuff because we need to get to the mindset of innocent until proven guilty. We see stuff on TV and we automatically say, oh, they shouldn't have done that. They're guilty. So how are you going to have a jury give them a fair chance if you've already put guilt in your mind? It is a subconscious determination. And if you start with guilt, I say the same thing with relationships. If you say, I got game implies competition. Why am I competing with somebody I'm trying to make a partner?
Come on now.
It's subconscious. We use these terms. You can get into the whole astral plane and the wave frequencies vibrate and all that. If you want to do that thing, ancestors, blah, blah, blah. But these terms are subconscious. In our subconscious, the original way we learned them as children is still there. And when you say game, race, these things imply competition. Guilt implies they're already judged. We just need to figure out what their sentence is going to be. How do you get a good trial out of that? How do you, if you're black, you got African-American sons, how do you expect them to have a good, decent trial if people are already saying guilty? It's a legal term. It's a very damaging thing.
I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't defeat that shit. Like he beat me on that one. I think Jalil got a question for you, CJ. I'm waiting on him to type it out though. I'm not CJ, but sit down with her and start off. Hey, I have a real question. Are you in a space for me to ask? But I need us to be transparent. I want to know, what do you think? Why do you think that way? I think my boy could type some relatively intelligent. I mean, he is my neurologically sound brother. Say, brother. But that's the thing though, like, and I want people to understand, like, I really appreciate you coming on this on the channel for giving that women's perspective, because we need that shit.
Yeah, we used to have a pretty good,
right? Because like I always tell you all the time, and you tell me sometimes too, like bro, it can't just be us. Yeah, because we would be getting the men's perspective, and then it'd be a men-driven, etc., etc. It would be sword swinging. Fuck you saying?
I give you another quick one.
Go ahead.
My homeboy Chavez's mom set us down one day. We were all over at the house. Her husband had died, and she was like, one of the things that was hard for her to get over was telling her husband, "Hey, I did the budget. Friday we got this due. We don't have nearly enough to clear that. So what are we gonna do?" Now, mind you, this is Sunday morning, Saturday, the week before. He said, "All right, give me till Wednesday, maybe Thursday. By midday Thursday, I'll let you know." Sunday come around. "So what are we gonna do, David? I'm looking at this and this." I told you, give me till Wednesday. I'm gonna have something for you. I'm working some stuff out. Monday come around. Here she go again. I just don't know how we gonna do it. I checked the numbers again. I tried to move some stuff around. You don't need to do all that. Your daddy till Wednesday. Thursday, I'm gonna have something for you. Tuesday come. Here we go again. So that was one of the things she told us that she had to let go of. The way guys think is, I heard what you say. I'm working on a solution. I got this lined up, this line. I don't know if these things gonna work out. And I know you can get enthralled in the, oh, he got something. Okay, it's gonna work out. And then it fails and then you destroy. So just wait until this time. And I'm gonna have a definitive thing for you. She said that was one of the hardest things that she had to learn in relationship. And that was a perspective I never would have thought that, oh, yeah, I mean, to me, it makes sense. Okay, you say, give me till Thursday, I'm gonna chill till Thursday.
Yeah.
But women don't think like that. They're like, no, the problem's still here, so what we gonna do?
Let me tell you, and Pratt, I know you and Mike say this all the time. Okay, well, CJ, we ain't talking about you because, you know, you're this other kind of woman. I just told my first husband that he and I are gonna do a podcast. And he and I are going to ask questions. We're going to do this. And we're doing it. And it's probably going to be next week because I got a lot of shit that's going on right now.
Is that CJ said it? Is that CJ said it?
Yeah, on the CJ said it YouTube.
Drop your links. Drop your link so the people that's watching can go watch your show.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it when we're on here.
We'll work
some out. Like just
okay. I'll go back and put it in the comments when we get off.
Audience, CJ, hashtag CJ said it. Exactly how you heard me say it. C and the
my
J
ex-husband and I, we are going to be live and we are going to talk about how our relationship failed. He's going to tell me what I did wrong. And from his perspective, I'm going to tell him what I thought he did wrong. And then we're also going to tell you guys how we are still co-parenting. And then we're going to come back the next week and let our kids tell you guys how effective.
Hey, that's crazy. Cause I said I want to interview my kids on Father's Day.
Yeah, because I don't want anybody to think that whenever and then my mom and I are going to do a segment too, just about how our relationship went left and then came back, because it's a lot of conversations that need to be had. And I want y'all to always know, like, I met Mike and Pratt. Y'all remember I told y'all that first time, that first live we did, it went left, but then we brought it back in, right? And then I told y'all, I said, I'm all for hearing. I just need to know what is the solution, because I don't function like that. If I'm listening to something, I need to know
a solution, a logical solution,
a logical solution from it. So I got to give y'all roses. I love you guys and what y'all do. I love y'all bringing this.
I appreciate that.
I love the different aspects of Pratt saying, I'm a single man. I don't have kids, but this is what I want. And I'm not going to settle. Mike going through his situation, knowing that in his heart, this is what his desire was. And guess what? Me being a mother, 40 years old, single woman, 3 kids. This is not what I wanted. I had that fairy tale ending in my mind. But what I can say is life taught me. All of those experiences still taught me. And I will say the same thing to a female, online or offline. Everything starts with self. And to answer Lee's question,
that question for you.
I'm gonna tell you this deal. I don't have no women around me that can't tell me what I'm doing wrong. That is from my mother. That is from, I don't have friends. I have associates. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because if I'm always the one,
what'd you do? It froze.
If I'm always the one, I don't have friends. I have associates, because though I have loved ones, I got mentors. I have a board for my nonprofit. And my president is older than me. And this woman will call me and check me whenever she sees me saying something, doing something that is not of caliber. She like, hold on, CJ. Hold on now. Then I have an aunt. I love her. We call each other best friends. I run to her for this. My aunt has been married to my uncle for over 40 years. I desire to be a woman that is in a stable marriage. And the only way I'm going to get there is if I have regardless if I agree with everything that she goes through or not, to know that she can give me advice on how to be a better woman is what I look for. So when you have women around other women that they don't listen to and that upholds their bullshit, is because there is no accountability, and they're afraid of accountability.
Hey, I agree. Hey, I'm right here with you. I'm right here with you. That's why I say, women, you en masse have to call out these other women that's putting that negative perspective on you.
Yes.
That's spinning all that's undoing, let me say.
Mike, remember you said you an advocate for all men, whether they right or wrong.
No doubt. Because the men that's fucked up, I understand why they're fucked up.
Okay, I get that.
It's their fault. And the others is how they was raised.
I think he meant an advocate in relationships for men.
Okay.
Well, because just in everything, that's kind of
that.
That's why. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be honest. Earlier, Ian, my cousin Sharonda Otterberg came in here. That's my mama's sister's daughter. She's 43. She's about to be 45. I'm the youngest. She'll call me and tell me when I'm fucking up, and guess what? I get to call her and tell her when she fucking up, and we go. I'm talking about we go at it because we grew up in a family of women, and how we talk is how we talk, and they be like, bitch, you know you fucking up. What is this? But I appreciate
ain't
that
going hand, bro.
because guess what that does? That challenges me to sit down and look in that mirror and work on myself.
And we need more, and we need more women like that.
Word is bond.
That's the thing. That's my thing. Like, we need more strong, prosperous, integrity. Women that's full of integrity and dignity and self-respect. And no self-worth and no objectivity. We need those to speak.
With that.
Say what?
It's something else that comes with that.
I get that. And the thing is, the men are willing almost universally to pay the price to be with that. Because that's why I say a man on the initial approach, we already know. You're either going to confirm or you're going to make us reassess what we already think. If I step to you and I see you, I'm going to say, damn, she got that ass. She look good. Got the titties. Fuck you saying? Let's see if the personality match. When we had that initial conversation, I'm like, ooh, I can't step to it like this. I gotta have my shit together.
Straight up.
I gotta be able to do this, do that. That's why I say that woman that you want, no matter the man.
Do y'all not know women do the same thing?
Yeah,
women lack confidence in different areas. Women will not. I promise you, women will not step to a man. If a man is over there presenting himself with a certain aura that he say, nah, baby, I don't want no childish woman. That girl she gonna go and she gonna fix herself and she gonna assess herself. And guess what? That's why she go over there to the broke nigga at the bar that's been sipping on the drink all night long. Cause she know she can't even go over there
all night long.
Listen, he's sipping out the one cup and asking them to add soda. She peeping the room. She knows she gotta go over here. Cause that man, he gonna get her a Coke. If she try to step to this man over here that's drinking Cavassier with the cigar, the name brand that she can't even pronounce, he gonna shut her ass down.
Come on now. And that's why I say, and notice something I said earlier. Men, to the men that's watching, you know that women use sex and attention as currency. Mm-hmm. And if you feed into all the things you just said, if you feed into that, if you go and conquer that woman's number one attribute, knowing that your intentions isn't to build a family, what are we doing here? You just spinning the bad behavior. You're keeping the bad behavior circulating. That's why
you're giving it value.
That's why to the women that I've been involved with, if you're watching, what do I say? I do not, under no circumstances, incentivize any bad behavior. Yep. Because why? If I give you what you want and you exhibited bad behavior, why would you change?
Yeah, exactly.
Why would you change?
Oh, Leo, Monkey Man, he's doing a great series right now where he is showing both aspects of red flags for women to recognize in men and for men to recognize those red flags in women. And that right there, what you just said, like the no accountability or never being wrong, it's a video you can go and watch. Go to his YouTube. He just posted it yesterday. Hey, if a woman can never adhere to her never being wrong, that is a red flag. Because how do you say you want a man that is going to be the leader, you may not agree with everything, but there are some things, if that man is having your attention and he's doing certain things and you see yourself being with him, then guess what? There are some things that he's doing right. Now, that is where, like you said, Mike, communication on the front end, Pratt, like you said, knowing what you want, knowing who you are. And I loved it because I'm the same way. If in a conversation, and I know we keep bringing up this 20K thing about a man or whatever, and I want to clear that up real quick. Let me clear that up. I got to clear it up one more time. It ain't nothing wrong with a man making 20K. But if the man say he want to be with CJ, and I know he has certain goals, he's talking about the goals, and if I see him, potential is one thing. If I give you a chance in the dating phase, and then your potential ain't the reality, I'm not gonna stay with you making that 20K because what I need us to do is build each other up.
Because being with CJ comes with a price. Brother, are you willing to pay it?
Gots to.
That's
No, but listen, here, let me tell you the price that it comes with. I drive a Volkswagen Atlas. I want you to go get you a Volkswagen Atlas because you're not gonna drive mine.
And guess what?
I want you to go get whatever you want off the lot.
And if you can't drive that Volkswagen Atlas, you can't pay the price, brother.
You
so
cannot.
You can't ride the ride.
Yeah, it is.
But that don't make that don't make me a bad person because we're driving that Volkswagen Atlas. We got key 9 times out of 10. I'm not gonna cap no single man because I have children, right? Mm-hmm. So if we know we got education and stuff that we gotta pay for just in case these kids want to go to college or whatever, I need you to be able to add on because if we come together, it's not about me. It's about the legacy and the future.
Come on now, men that's watching. If you can't drive that Volkswagen Atlas, you can't afford the price, brother. So it's out of your league. Yeah. So you can do two things. You can either
I will take him with his vehicle. He just
conditionally
my Volkswagen Atlas because then if I put him on the insurance gonna go up, and who gonna pay for that? Because he make 20K.
But that's what I'm saying.
He might make 20K with a bus pass. He might not need that.
20,000. He have to accept whatever comes with that 20,000.
Yeah.
And that means, men, if you're watching, bottom of the barrel.
You don't have value.
Medicaid, WIC, food stamps, whatever comes with that.
Y'all just
Garden City. Y'all see how y'all did that? Hey, Garden City.
Y'all turned that thing into a negative.
No, it's not a negative.
I didn't say he couldn't ride in that boat. Listen, I didn't say he couldn't ride in that Volkswagen.
He can't drive.
He could be on.
He can't drive.
He can't. If I'm in the car, he deemed himself to be responsible.
Because you're gonna switch real quick when a wreck happens.
There you go. Come over real quick. Slide over.
I'm telling you to play. Hey, brother, I'm just telling you the places where your 20,000 would allow you to drive. Hey, Garden City, 790,
man,
Haverstock,
man,
Yale Village,
man,
Yale Court,
man.
Hey, whatever you want. With that 20,000.
I'm done with that.
And Acres Home getting built up, so you're running out.
That part.
Now I'm
telling you really got to kind of bring some of that back. We could probably ride on airline into the Fiesta parking lot because I'm just saying, like, we really limited to where we can ride these days.
I'm trying to tell you. This is why we talk about men in competition. Because if you're not competing and building your value as time progresses, the younger generation coming and the guys that were neck and neck with you is coming. You got to stay
seriously though, all jokes to the side, a woman will love a man. He gonna be a passenger princess.
That's our time, boy. Cold blooded.
Hey, Andreas, you've been on fire tonight, bro. I've been starting.
You know what, Andreas? You know what? I'm not going to play with him. No, but for real. I'll bullshit to the side. Like a woman loves a man, and I'm joking about this shit right now, but I got divorced in May, separated last December. I had that Volkswagen, and guess who was driving that mother? It wasn't me because CJ worked from home. He was driving it. He was driving. But when he lost them 3 jobs in 4 jobs in 2 years, and she started to look a little iffy. No, nigga, no, you got to go and no more benefits.
Now, man. What I say, any bad decision you make, you will pay for that almost instantaneously. You lose 4 jobs
in 2 years. You didn't have a decade to fix that. 2 years,
and rightfully so.
Then it's a new habit, and it ain't a good habit.
Because there's no way a man, a sustainable man, a functional man, a consistent man, a man that's leading, protecting, and providing the family, because you was married. There's no way you lose 4 jobs in 2 years. So that way you gotta accept whatever outcome comes from that, because you cannot sit here on one hand and know and be aware of all the advantages and disadvantages, and you put yourself at the disadvantage. That's why I say you got to know how life is built, how life is ran, and how life functions. And you losing 4 jobs in 2 years?
That's rough.
Yeah, brother, that's pretty rough.
Somebody gonna lose confidence in you.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna lose, and rightfully.
Now, I will say this. I will say this. Accountability and transparency all the way across the board. I saw what I wanted to see in the beginning. There were the red flags, but I made them yellow. Okay, I let him play on my empathy, because I also was vulnerable. Okay, and so that goes both ways. I gave him the tools that he needed to come in. Now, this wasn't no random nigga. I knew him from back when we were a child, so there was some kind of connection there. Yeah. But I didn't take the time to get to know him as the adult, and so I gave him the tools that he needed to come in and be the representative. So I won't put all the blame on him. I will not do that.
Love it.
I actually gave him the goal to do some of the things that he did, but when I caught on to what was being done, I said no, we can't do this. Enough is enough. So, and that's a whole nother conversation that we can have on a different day. But
4 jobs, hey bro, hey sister, 4 jobs in 2 years is enough.
Yeah,
you ain't even got it.
Conversation.
Yeah,
Come
on, and that's my boy Redbeard. Shout out to him. He one of the few Cowboy fans that I tolerate. And that man is married. And I ain't gonna lie, his wife is beautiful. Beautiful family, beautiful granddaughter, beautiful son, beautiful daughters, all these type of things. And look at what he's saying. 4 jobs in 2 years. The math ain't mathing.
So it won't sound crazy. Like I keep telling y'all, I work from home. So his thing was, he was working at Metro when we first got together. He decided to step down, take his little pension or whatever. And I figured it out after the last straw. He thought he would get fired from those jobs and sit on employment because he wanted to be at the house with me to watch what was going on.
And unemployment gets you unemployment benefits. And that's what? You being by your damn self. Because unemployment is not sustainable enough for a family, because unemployment is 1/4 of your income.
Yeah, that's true.
If you only making 20,000, half of 20,000 is 10.
Yeah,
1/4 of 20,000 is 5,000.
That is math. That math.
Let's talk about it.
Look, I thought you were gonna say he took his pension and he put it in investment. And the investment failed.
Hold on, Pratt. That's what he led me to believe.
Walk down that dark alley.
And all I tell the women is, hey.
Now I see why you say a lot of stuff you say, CJ. These representatives and stuff. Your terminology fits.
It makes sense now. It makes sense now.
Yeah. Now, no. And then I'm gonna fuck y'all up with this one, and I'm gonna go.
And I'm gonna go. I'm tired.
He when I found out how distorted he was, it was because of the storyline of him being in the service. So I was like, oh, that's why you can't keep a job. Let's apply for your VA benefits. Come to find out, he let me do the application for him and everything. When the results came back, and this is before I even told him I wanted a divorce. When the results finally came back from filing for he had been dishonorably discharged due to personality disorder and alcohol substance abuse.
I'll stop this, Mom. See, but all I'm gonna tell the women is this: it's your duty. And I know I can't use that word on this platform, but I'll use it anyway. It's your duty to do your goddamn.
But how would you actually know to search that? He gave the story.
Only
check me out. Look, my boy say, brother wanted to be a house husband. I'm crying. Hey, check me out. It took you doing that paperwork for him.
For you to
It took you doing all that.
That's right.
For you to see his representative as a misrepresentative. And that is a version of you doing the homework. Because let's just say, hypothetically speaking, let's just say you didn't do the application. Let's say you didn't find that out. you would probably still be married right now, wouldn't you?
After I was done after the second job he lost, but I kept praying, Pratt. God, I know you gotta go through some things, you know, something. Listen, this real talk. This real talk. Okay, God, I know it ain't gonna be easy. You know, maybe this gonna help build us up. We gonna go to counseling and stuff. Maybe it's something that I'm missing because I need to pour into my husband. Maybe he ain't never had this before, and I don't want to give up on him because guess what? Men need women just like women need men.
Mm-hmm. But luckily, you was able to get out from this one damn near unscathed. It's just the women that end up having 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids by this man. You can't get out unscathed because it's too late. You done dug yourself too much of a hole. Mm-hmm. And the thing I want our women to understand is just like we are not, you're not granted a second, third, fourth, and fifth chance with good dudes. Just like I'm not granted a second, third, fourth, fifth chance with good women. Yeah. Like I have to understand almost instantaneously that hey, the way I'm operating, the way that I'm moving, the way I position myself, this is not prosperital to the outcome that I say I want. Mm-hmm. So, like I say,
Andrews, I want to address that comment. You said it yourself. He told you a story. Have to see it for yourself before you invest time in the feelings. And I'm gonna tell y'all this here. Listen, this is for men and women. This is not one-sided. I tried to make connections with his family. Not for them to be on my side, but I wanted to get some feedback. Not just what he was telling me, but let me see if somebody else can give me some insight on who he is and, you know, some of the things, because that's what you're supposed to do. If you say you are with somebody, it is okay.
We got it right there. Brother wanted to be a house husband. We got it right there. 4 jobs in 2 years, the math ain't mathed. He said it right there what it is.
So I just want to say this, like even in platonic relationships, I think it is imperative. Like if a person say I ain't got no friends or I don't fool with my family or whatever.
Yeah,
I mean
family
that's cool.
Especially.
Everybody has their different situations as far as why they separate themselves because maybe hey the family is toxic or whatever the case is. But even with that being said, there are some things that you will find out about an individual, even with having certain engagements with their friends and with their family. And that's on both sides. That's on because see, if CJ, blow off the hat one day because I don't like that. That's triggering. And I don't like manipulation. My family will be the first people to tell you why. My mama, number one. It's because me and her went through some shit and I had to check myself because I was being manipulated and I put that shit off on her. And now we got that understanding. So when she blow up, it's a real thing and she working on. But if you never get to talk to anybody, and it's not a bad thing, but some people want to shield all of that because, again, representatives, they want you to only know what they bring on the surface.
Absolutely.
And look, I am with you now, bro. It took this whole podcast to understand the whole representative's perspective. Like I'm with you with the representatives.
I mean, we all do that. We all put our best foot forward. He did. That can't be 10 years of that. Now, somebody's best foot is.
But it is our job, men and women alike, to see through those representatives, to see the actions of said person, and interpret those actions for what they are and not what we want them to be.
To the best of our ability.
To the best of our abilities.
To add on to that, and that's why, like I say, I love the dynamic with you and Pratt because Pratt always brings it from a spiritual aspect. It is important for you to go back and actually deal and dig up some things of your past and your trauma, because a lot of us, and I'll say this and I'm turning it over y'all, a lot of us actually go after the trauma that we still need to deal with within ourselves. So if we're constantly attracting manipulators and liars and people of certain calibers, it's because God wants us to actually see that within ourselves. We may not be the abuser, but we may still be holding on to the abuse, and we are thinking that it's normal. If this person projects those certain entities, we're attracted to it. It's familiar spirits and soul ties. And so God wants us to go back and deal with that, so we cannot fall into those traps again.
But everything you just said, that's exactly why on this channel I try to push, and now even on Jermaine's channel, I try to push heavily. Make therapy cool in the minority community again. Because again, a relationship is a skill. It is a skill in which you must develop. Because if you don't develop the skill, all you're going to do is insert whatever your skill level is.
Yeah, that's all me.
And if that's intermediate, you might be with an advanced person, and you trying to insert intermediate skill level. You might be with an advanced man. You might be with an advanced woman, and you a man trying to insert beginner skill. You might be with an advanced man, and you trying to insert moderate skill. No. Just like exceptional meet exceptional, average meet average, below average meet below average, and nothing meets nothing. It all goes a hand in hand. That's why I'm with all our ladies that was in this panel tonight that sat here and said, hey, you got to know what you want. You got to date in your lane. You got to understand what it is you putting out in this atmosphere and what it is you trying to reciprocate. I'll be beating the shit out your shoulder, I swear to God. But you have to understand that what will get you to that point and go from there. And cast aside all these negative asperges, all these unprosperous actions and behaviors that will keep you further away from what you want versus bringing you closer to what you want. We have to understand what you want coming in the door, because we can't get you without understanding what you want. A woman says they want a man that has confidence and experience, right? Just like you have to understand what we want to get commitment out of us, to get consistency out of us, et cetera, et cetera. Should it come through the door? Yes, it should. But will it come through the door? No, it won't. But we have to do what it takes to unlock that. And love and relationships is not a universal thing, y'all. Like it's damn near, especially love, it's damn near a case-by-case study. Because what's right for you might not be right for Pratt. What's right for Pratt might not be right for Mike. What's right for Mike, not gonna be right for Jermaine, et cetera, et cetera. It's nothing universal. But the way we are wired biologically, it is universal. But how we go about it is different.
It's not the principle.
And you gotta know what it takes. If I want submission from CJ, if I want submission from Ray, if I want submission from Laura, if I want submission from Tay, I have to understand what it would take to unlock that. Enhance that. It's like a coach. You know what that like? I bring everything back to sports because I'm a heavy sports fanatic. But as a coach, my job is to expand your strengths and to hide your weaknesses. Vice versa.
Work out the deficiencies.
And work out the deficiencies. And whatever solution we come to, whatever ending result we come to, that's what it is at the end of the day. Some stories are not happily ever after. I mean, I was married once, you was married twice. We was both promised happily forever after, but that just did not happen. Now, it's up to us to gather ourselves, remold ourselves, understand what got us to this point, understand what will get us to the point that we want, and go from there and continue to build. You're not doing this just for you. You're doing this for your children, your daughter, your son. I'm doing this for my daughters. You're doing this for your future kids. I'm doing this for my grandkids, potentially. You're doing this for your grandkids, potentially. So that way we can all understand. But it takes conversations like this in order to understand the dynamics of the human man and the human woman and both biblical principle and reality principle. So that's why we're here on the Domino Effect Conversations with Mike Gam.
Right.
What you saying? Every Wednesday night here on Facebook Live, YouTube, and the Twitter.
It's X now, ain't it?
That was a I think this was our best episode.
Yeah, it's cold-blooded.
I think this was our best episode, bro.
And thank y'all again.
We say this every week, bro, but I gotta take my hat off for this one. Like, I really mean that shit.
Truly
bro.
appreciate you coming on, CJ.
I appreciate y'all for having me on. See, and respect and mad respect to both of y'all. Y'all know we talk outside of this. I love y'all and respect y'all both.
I appreciate that.
Seriously,
and anytime you want the domino effect on CJ said it, just let us know.
Oh, y'all coming whenever. I'll shoot y'all the stream. Like it's random, but whenever y'all want to come on there, because I know y'all always gonna come with transparency and respect. So again, that's understood. Like I love you guys so much. I respect y'all for who y'all are. But like y'all say, iron sharpens iron. And if they can't see us doing it on these panels and challenging each other, because what they want is answers. They want to be understood, and we're the representatives to speak for them. So if we don't do it in the most transparent way, then what are we doing it for?
That's exactly why I say, if I can tell you was wrong, that means I can tell you was right. Okay. If you can tell me was wrong, that means you can tell. That means you can tell me was right. Because we can't go forward if we can only establish the wrong but no right.
Yeah.
Right.
There has to be a contract.
It has to be a contract, bro. It got to be something. But I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It's been almost 3 freaking hours.
I'm going to bed.
Yeah, look.
It sound like Ray, man. It sound like Ray. Express Yourself, Black Man is a good safe place for Black men that has programs that focus on mental health. For sure.
Did he put the link in a couple of episodes ago or something like that?
Yeah, he did. Jalil, if you still watching, put the link in. Glad I stopped by. I'm so glad you did too. Me and my godmother don't really talk as much as we used to. Not because there's any animosity there. It's just, life took us in 2 different directions. Yeah. And for her to come on this platform and for her to give actual feedback, like that's lit to me, bro. Like, hey, that's how I know we're doing something right here.
Legit.
That's how I know it. Like, bro, like when we did this, we started this back in May.
Yeah.
And bro, it started back in May. Oh. It started back in May. 6 months. 6 months, bro. And I'm still going. I got a lot to go, bro. You fucking said we can do this every week. What do you think? You can give your friends. They give my friends. We can do this every week. Hey, I need a podcast too. Hey, and the domino effect will come on your StreamYard, brother. That's the best way to go. Amen, brother. Amen, I agree, brother. CJ. Hey, and believe it or not, tonight I found myself agreeing with CJ more often than not.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it takes
people
more.
weren't talking to each other. I feel this way. You ain't doing. It was just for response, and now communication and comprehension is happening, and that's the big thing. A lot of people communicate, but there's no comprehension. Don't understand what you really mean. I don't understand what you're really saying. I think it's starting to clear up, and all that gray space is starting to define. And some type of way it's starting to be defined.
My boy. You put it right there for my man right there. ExpressYourselfBlackMan.com. Man, hey, if you can send me email me the link, bro, at Tamari. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put my down here. NikeFam87@gmail.com. Send that link to me, bro, and I'll pull that shit up for you talking about. Hey, but anybody, any man, male or female, if you want to be a guest on the Domino Effect Conversations with Mike and fuck you saying, just let me know, bro. Get at me. I'm out. Good night, y'all, for sure. Appreciate you, Andreas. Man, I've been liking a lot of your comments tonight, bro. You've been on fire. Fuck you saying. If you ever want to be a guest on the show, the Domino Effect Conversations with Mike and Pratt, just get at me in the inbox. If you got my phone number, text me, bro. Like, do anything. You understand? Spiritually and reality, we need both. I agree. But we got to understand what the disconnect is in order to bring it back together. Now, damn, bro, I beat the shit out your shoulder. I swear to God. Like, yes. Hey, if we keep this up.
Even for y'all trash talkers, good stuff.
If we keep this up.
How it happened respectfully.
If we keep this up, I want. What next week or week after next? I want Christina and CJ on the panel.
Which one's Christina?
Pink.
Chrissy Pink.
Pink. Why you call that Chrissy Pink, bro? That's tough. But not for seriously though. Like that's what this show is all about.
Yeah,
it's a safe space for men and women to come in and get their ideas, opinions, etc., off to where you know we can have a conversation, so we can understand what a disconnect is, so we can connect it back together. Like, and that's why I need all my people that support us, that love us, that watch us. I need y'all to share, like, and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button, and also hit the notification bell so you can get notifications when we go live. Yeah. It is TDECWMAP. The Domino Effect, Conversation with Mike and Pratt, all abbreviated. And yeah. Just let us know, bro. Like, we for it all. Anything that is prosperities to the evolvement and evolution of Black families and relationships, because we need it. Just come on the show respectfully. Just don't come on here smoking, drunk, and all incoherent. We've been drinking all fucking night. And we good as gold. But with that being said, what you got?
Man.
I'm getting high on life. Yeah.
Nah, I need to stop playing my version.
Oh yeah, it's black on this track. Static and stacks. We stacking up racks cause we racking up tracks and we track up a storm. While it's storming, relax. Team on our backs, we sturdy. That's facts. We stumbled and struggled. Now our pockets is fat. Up out of the gutter.
I appreciate it, my boy.
We building an empire, simple as that. We lead from the front, used to be in the back like the waist, man. In your face, man. We ain't running the show or the place, man. It's for that paper. We out on a chase, man. Stop snacking. Get more than a taste, fam. Diamonds on glisten while fans rock and listen. We run with boss women, no sipping, no pimping, no limping. We strut, I swagger too much. Be out in them guts, till they and ease up. Slice on the course, rubbing elbows with money. 4 under par, smart brother, no dummy. Bet him a pension, then pay him his money. He chat about his business and tell how he run it. It's funny, they thinking the hood need a friend. Tell all your secrets, he can't comprehend. That we taking notes, we plotting on boats. Big mansions, exotics, and sowing our oats. Bringing queens to the table that carry our seeds. Generations of growth, we pull up them weeds. Pedicure yards, buying our bars. Haters exhausted, we take it too far, going too hard.
Yeah.
You gave that to static. I mean, to stacks.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Canoe.
Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, Canoe. I'm gonna tell you some real shit. That whole DJ T Stacks, T Styles, man, that shit started as a fucking joke. Cool. And it just spent into some real shit. I was like, bro, let me just track that and see how it sounds. And I was like, DJ T Stacks, T Styles.
You did that all voice?
And then it's just a dramatic pause for the call. Drop draws for the laws.
Not for the laws.
Make you give a little jaw if you're wrong. What you saying? With your black ass.
That's perfect. I love it.
That's
shame it ain't mine.
Oh, man. It's been your boys here at the Domino Effect, man. Conversations with Mike and Pratt, man. It was another Wednesday off the books, bro. It's like, well, how many shots is this?
I don't know. If you're counting, you ain't drowning.
No bullshit.
How much did you put in that? No.
Might have gave you some covers. But I gotta get this live though. It's been 2 hours over 3 hours. My dog over your face. What you saying?
Pray for me.
Pray for me.
Jeez.